All right, episode 20. Yeah, I swear if you say hold on, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Uh yeah, so we got a special guest. I've been waiting for this moment. Don't look too far into that, but it's true. Uh we have Shane, who is a friend of both Jinsei and Steven. I've heard enough. I was gonna say a lot, but I've heard enough about Shane here. And I have dubbed him Sugar Bear for reasons that will be left unknown to anyone who hasn't watched previous episodes, of course. Shane, why don't you do a little introduction about yourself and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Shane. I don't know. I'm from Seattle, so I live in Seattle now.
From Seattle?
I'm from Seattle now.
Oh my god!
Wait, where are you from originally, though?
I'm from California.
You can't say you're from Seattle if you're not from Seattle.
I'm from Seattle now. When
No,
I
you're
go home.
You're in Seattle.
I live here currently.
So. That's not how the language works.
How's the weather down there?
It is cold.
It get snow or rain?
It snowed last week, but it's dry cold now. Thankfully, because I don't handle the rain or the snow well.
I don't handle the rain well. I moved to Seattle. Those two sentences don't.
Isn't that like the rainy city?
Yeah. We get well, technically, yeah. It rains all the time. It's what it's known for.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
2 years? I mean, like consecutive 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Well, like a year and like 10 months.
Okay. Because you almost said we get, and then I'm thinking that he moved there within the past couple of months. I'm like, you're not Seattleite enough to say we just yet.
You have no idea the makeup of this man's character. He adopted the personality before he even moved there. He was like, he has spun a story already upon a vacation, a 2-day vacation, 2-day trip. Out there.
It was a 4-day trip.
4-day trip already got his persona in check. Like,
created a backstory, huh?
Yes.
Go
ahead.
Wildly impulsive.
Yes.
And it. I don't even know. Okay. I came out here. My aunt lives out here, and I came out for a vacation. And like on day 2, I was like, I love it. So then I started looking for jobs impulsively because
he's skipping details. Skipping details.
It's okay. Let him finish. You can fill in the blanks.
What details am I skipping?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tell your story.
I don't know.
You said your aunt lives there, and
my aunt lives here. I came for a visit, and started applying for jobs, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I moved here.
Why did you get interested in the specific job that you applied for? Stop skipping out on the details.
Okay, without saying who I work for, because we can't talk about that.
Oh.
But I originally applied. They were just the first ones to call me back. I actually applied to quite a few jobs. My background's like heavy in retail, right? So I applied to the Walmarts out here. I applied to Nordstrom because their corporate office is out here. I applied to a couple different things like that. But then I applied to this job, and this job just so happened to call me back first and paid decent. So it
was like a strip club or something. Why can't you say the name? Wait, really?
No.
Oh. Shut up, Steven.
It's you can say he like just for the
okay, I work at an airport.
So yeah. You see how he interjected? Before you say too much.
Yeah.
Do airports have strip clubs?
Yes.
Wait, they do?
No.
Interesting.
But again, he's leaving out details. He told me that overall explained his unique character.
Okay. So what are these details?
So he met somebody out there.
No.
Oh, that
So
makes sense.
listen. He's on his. Were you on your way back, or yeah, you were on your way back, right?
I was on my way back. Yeah. So I
Okay,
didn't
so
like meet them, but like
no, like it was more like the radar was up, right. You feel me?
Yeah.
So the radar was up. So he was followed across the airport and approached. So upon making small talk, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, well, tell me all the details about your current, your job. And he was like, all right, I would like to do that. He was like, all right, well, bet I'm gonna put in a good word for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what that's Shane. That is Shane.
I am the master networker. What can I say?
You work for the government?
I am a master networker.
Okay. Work for Tinder then.
Sure.
No. Grindr.
Yeah. Grindr.
I mean, that's too obvious. That's too obvious.
Ambassador. It's orange. Thank you.
Is it orange?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right, Shane is somebody I need to talk to get better at networking.
Here we go. Oh, okay, never mind. That's like future bullshit, I guess.
Yeah. Because you need far more development within your inner circle than you do with actually networking. But anyway, Shane, tell these people how we met.
Okay. Now, again, my story is very different, I guess. But from my point of view, I got hired to be a little electronics associate. And like the first day on the job, I'm walking. So, okay, a little bit about me. My mom likes to call me an introverted extrovert. So I'm very personable when I need to be, but like I like to be at home. I like to be by myself. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm walking to my little job place, the electronics department, and, minding my own business. And I see this man just like fucking talking to everybody. And I'm like, okay, this dude, I cannot be his friend. He's entirely too social. And I walk in the electronics department and I see this girl and she's fucking annoyed at the world. And I was like, that's it. That's my bitch. That's my homegirl. So I walk up and then me and her clicked immediately. And do I have to call you, what is it, Jency? Anyways,
no, you can call me Poppy.
Oh, okay.
You can call me whatever. It's good.
Anyways, Brandon walks in and out of the department and like tries to talk to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. Like, really not. Was I feeling it? I feel like I wasn't in the mood. But so like, I'm forever not in the mood.
I'm giving them time steps. I don't even know when the first time you noticed me. I remember the first time I noticed you, and this was like, I'm already promoted, but I'm still working overnights. And then he's like, overnight, he's like, sure. Yeah. Like he's in the morning, he's going towards electronics. But Shane, especially when in a hurry, switches his hips like no woman could possibly. Right? So the homies is gathered. We all leaving at the same time. We're leaving, Shane's coming in. That's how it works. So Shane, in a fury, grabs his stuff, my vest. And then he like goes off, right? This is from his locker. He's going off. So one of the homies who is very reserved, he's like, he looks at me, he turns to me, or he was reserved before I got my claws into him. He turns to me and he's like, that boy got sugar in his tank. And I was like, he is very sweet. Like there's people that we've worked with that you knew, that you like, Shane says like, oh, I know he's gay, or I know he's, or I know she, like, there's people like you couldn't tell. To me, I couldn't tell. But Shane,
okay, we could talk about who you did not. Yeah, you couldn't tell.
I mean, we would have to throw the pictures out there.
Choked. I was dying. Okay, anyways.
But yeah, so it's like, Shane, the way he just came in like a bad bitch and just like rushed out. Yeah, I was like, oh, that boy's sweet. He's sweet. So, but yeah, that's how we met, or that's the first time I seen him. Then you fast forward like 2 months, and I'm just, I'm manager now. I'm in the morning time, or not morning, but like afternoon. So I go over. Was Patty there? Was she
So
there?
Patty was in and out, but like I didn't. So I still had like I think it was like a month or 2 months of just like getting the hang of things and like meeting people.
Were you
So
and Patty established at that time?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
So
So I
Patty is
go.
still like
Yeah.
someone who I wanted to be friends with.
Okay. So I go up over there. I know the person that he's talking about, the one that's like angry at the world and whatnot. So I say what's up to everybody, and because Shane has never given me a reason to not speak to him, I'm saying what's up to him. So I done, this is pre-COVID. I done high-fived everybody, hugged who I could hug, shit like that. And I go up to Shane and I put my hand up, and this motherfucker gives me the up-down look, Cajo. The up-down, like.
What is the up-down look?
Oh my
Steven.
God.
So I'm like, damn, I got some in my hand or what? Like I'm looking, it's like, I was like, nah, you gonna high-five me, buddy. So he high-fived me, right? And our energies intertwined, and he knew he was attached to me from there on. But he didn't fuck with me. Like he really wasn't fucking with me then at that time. I was like, damn. I was like, okay. But positive energy overwhelms anyway. So it was all a matter of time. But this motherfucker wasn't fucking with me on some anime protagonist type shit. Like that's what it was. Like same shit with IO, first impression. Like, but you hear what he said. He was like, I was too friendly. Like,
yeah, I'm not like my personality. I'm not outgoing like that. Like I won't go up and talk to anybody. But Brandon was fucking social butterfly all over the store.
It's funny because like you call him that, but then Io was calling him a chubby little kid.
What?
Steven.
Was Steven not there at the podcast?
He was. I'm pretty sure he was. You were there, weren't you? Were you drunk?
A little bit.
Steven's not allowed to drink. Anyway, so yeah. So go ahead, continue your story. I just wanted to give some more insight.
Okay, so when would you say that we like became friends? I think we didn't.
It was Patty. You and Patty first.
It was me and Patty, and then I started. Well, I attached myself to Patty because I wanted to be her ponytail. Basically, I was like, damn, Patricia.
Wait, was she fine?
I showed you Patricia.
Patty is beautiful. I love Patty.
Which picture was it?
That's the sitting in the sunlight. Yeah, sitting in the sunlight up on the garden center.
Yeah.
So you was like, you look happy. You say you look happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Patty was she was a customer service manager. So she handled like all the money pretty much and like the returns and things like that, like little things around the store, but she pretty much like ran the store, right? And I had prior to Walmart been like 10 years in retail management, and I was like, I'm not trying to be a little associate for very long. So I, dug my claws into Patty and was like, tell me everything so that way I can apply to this job and be up out of here. And how long I don't know, it took like what? From when I got hired to when I got
because it wasn't just Patty you attached yourself to. You attached yourself
it was to the assistant for that department too, for like the CSM department. And you know what? Like we're circling back. I'm a master networker. Anyways, so I think when me and you became friends was because I was hanging around Patty. And then like you would come up and talk to Patty.
Rather, you had absolutely no choice because you don't like getting up in the morning. So you were closing all the time. And if you were closing all the time, we were always around each other anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my people. I told you beforehand, Kyle. It was me, Lydia, Shane, and Patty. If we're there, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Yeah, I don't care about nothing else. But go ahead. Yeah, so like we just over time, like, he had no choice but to become, enthralled by my energy.
Enthralled. Yeah. So I don't know. And then like when I became CSM, then it was really over. Like then I really didn't give a fuck and just did whatever I really wanted to do, which was hang around you.
Yeah, that was the time. when it'd be like, all right, I'm clocked in. Where you at? It's like, don't you need to go up front? No, they're fine.
yeah. Don't you need to check in? No. I'll do that in a little bit.
But yeah,
good times,
bro. Like for real. Unfortunately, the times were so good that it caused me to disappear from Cajo. So he was jealous of you without knowing.
So you're the fucking reason, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's you, huh?
Because it wasn't that. It was that we'd be going to the gym right after work. Then we would go to like eat at Denny's or something, whatever the fuck is open early that morning.
It would be like an all day thing.
Yeah, it was like all the time.
And then like we did overtime all the time. So it was like we were always doing something.
So
and then especially like in my family too, like we're just growing up, one of the things that was like instilled was if your friends can't come around and like hang out with the family, then like you shouldn't be friends with them. So I made sure that Brandon like vibed with the fam. So then it wasn't just like work stuff or after work stuff. Then it was like, okay, I'm going to the family party too. Or I'm going to Mama and Papa's house or, whatever.
And his family loves me, top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
They don't even ask him, hey, how you doing? Hey, have you talked to Brandon recently?
Yeah. My mom's like, have you talked to... And I'm like, yeah, I texted him. Oh, good.
And the chocolate drops to the lab. Okay, cool.
What about your interactions with Steven?
Okay. So,
oh yes, the juicy part.
Yeah.
So I was, like I said, I was a CSM, so I didn't like the people that I mainly interacted with was like the cashiers and the customers. Other than that, pretty much everybody else left me alone. But I would like have to go and do checks for customers. So I'd walk in and out of like frozen and like the like food area. I don't know. I don't really care what those departments were, but like I would walk in that side where like Steven works. And he was always like stalking like something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't care. So I had to ask him something one time. I totally forgot what it was. Like, do you have this? No. Okay, great. You are no help to me. Thank you so much. Walked back up, whatever. But after I like broke the initial ice, right, and like asked him a question, then it was just like, hey, and I was like, hey. No idea who this person was. Like, there's a lot of people that work at the store. And if I don't talk to you daily, like I have no idea. I'm terrible with names, terrible with faces. No idea who you are. So honestly, like the first couple of times that like Steven talked to me, then it was just like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I gotta go. Have a great day. It wasn't until like, I don't know, third or fourth time that I was like, got it. You're Steven who works in food. Hey, you. How's it going?
And that's very on brand. But Steven was saying earlier that you guys like chatted up,
Well,
yeah, I mean, I was in a semi-management position. So I myself I'm nice to everybody.
My favorite thing to do when his family comes in is to let him know that I was Shane's boss. Like that's because he first of all, you're not my boss.
So first of all, exactly. Second of all, the store would drown without me, but here we are.
But what I'm saying is Steven was like, well, in the break room, me and Shane chop it up all the time. He make it seem like
I talk to Steven, but Steven, I don't know. What did we talk about? I don't know.
I think we had Sindel with us. That's
okay.
What it was.
See, there we go. That's a middle ground because Sindel is like a video gamer, like a nerdy girl, and she like, I think you guys had more things in common than me and you have in common. So,
but I think what it was,
I feel like you are really talking to Sindel.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because like I have no idea about video games or like the anime or whatever.
You disgust me.
I'm, not my jam. I apologize.
What is your jam exactly? Besides the baby arm?
I don't know what my jam is.
Wait, what hobbies do you have?
Music, fucking. You watch like was 90 Day Fiance or some shit like that. Like, what do you do? What are you doing in your free time?
Baby
Well, I
arm.
mean, shut up.
What does that mean?
later,
Listen,
later.
that doesn't mean
Later.
anything, okay? So, I'm not an influencer, right? But I love YouTube and I love Instagram and like things like that. Like I feel like I can curate a pretty good little entertainment. Which, by the way, I have notes on your guys' podcast, but that's besides the point. I don't know what I now that I live in Seattle, I like explore a lot, go on walks, go on hikes, things like that. But like when I was back home in California, like I worked all the time. I'm a workaholic, and like did not have a lot of free time, I guess.
All right,
So I don't know.
I got a question.
What,
Would you,
Steven? What?
would you ever become like a YouTuber at all? Like a personal YouTuber, like vlogs and stuff like that?
I I feel like I would, but like I just don't know what I would do. Like I would literally have to like make something up to go and do something to film it.
He has like 6 videos on YouTube right now, if I'm not mistaken. It's either on YouTube or it's on Instagram, right? You got one where it's like a introductory video where it just shows like, did you use a drone to capture the video or something of the area where he lived?
Yeah. Okay, so I like taking pictures and I have a drone. I like to fly a drone. But like I haven't done much with that. Like it's mainly for like my entertainment, I guess.
And then he went through a phase where him and a friend of his were doing like a
that was
I guess
one-time video.
Was it one video? I thought it was more than one.
Listen, we don't talk anymore, me and that friend.
Right.
So yeah. I mean,
okay, well, either way, but yeah.
There's a couple things of Shane floating around, I'm sure, but like there's
which
nothing.
I will find and put it in the description box.
Yeah, just put my Instagram. That's all.
Oh, he got I remember he got real big into the Seattle aesthetic, and then he just made like a separate account where he just wanted to like take pictures and shit. That's just Shane to me.
I just like taking pictures.
Yeah, that's just Shane. Like I couldn't consider that as a hobby as much as it's just like a part of him. Like you need like something. What is something that you do to take your mind off of everything else that goes on in the world?
So I like to listen to sad music and like go on really long walks.
And on those sad long walks, what do?
I just walk.
And you cry.
I'm a crier.
Yeah.
I am.
Are you in high school?
Play that off. Am I in high school? No.
Are you sure?
Not. I'm 27. Fully not in high school anymore.
I mean, you could.
But I am a crier.
Like
I'm very in tune with my emotions, I guess.
Be listening to like Linkin Park and shit.
So I have a Spotify. It depends on my mood also. So I have like this like emo playlist on Spotify, and it's
Wake
like
me up inside.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like it's a lot of that. I have like
oh God.
Like just like Adele. I love Adele. And then I'm also the type of person that will like listen to the same song on repeat for like weeks. So it really depends on my mood, and it really depends on if I remember the name of the song that I like that one time, you know.
I do the self play out thing as well, where I'll play the shit on repeat forever until I just don't want to listen to it anymore.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes a part of rotation.
Yeah. Then I just put on shuffle and we're good to go.
So if you be like listening like some hood rat shit, do you like strut instead of walking? Like I assume that.
Do I strut? My
assume that the music Brandon influences you.
Attest to this, but my whole life is a strut. Thank you.
Yeah. He also said that just now, and he did a hair flip. He ain't got no hair.
Oh no,
he did a hair flip.
Bald.
No, I definitely heard the hair flip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's some you know that's some subtle shit that like you see all the time, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You're sitting there saying some bad bitch shit to some random person, and you do a hair flip.
Yeah.
Personally, like I've been doing this shit, and I was like, why do I Shane? That's right, Shane.
Yeah.
It's the Shane thing.
It's a Shaneism. I'm sorry, I've imprinted on you.
I mean, I think it happens to anyone who has like who casts a wide enough social net. Because we tend they say the most flattering form of something or the other is copying people and doing shit that they do. Anyway,
that's why your characters always look like mine. That reminds me. Yeah, okay, that's right.
Nigga, what? You take my
hairstyle.
You take my hairstyle. Fuck you.
Okay.
You always take. You know which hairstyle I'm gonna go for. You always taking that shit. But yeah. The most sincere form of imitation is flattery, or the most sincere
flattery is imitation. I got you, brother.
There you go. But yeah, so people, like I was saying, shut up, Stephen, I'm talking. So people who cast a wide enough social net tend to interface with people of all walks. That means that you're going to pick up habits. It doesn't really matter where they come from. I mean, like I sometimes I don't really know if this is the politically correct way to say this, but I be doing some gay shit every now and then too. And I say that, like, I ain't telling you, but I say that because like my friend Angelo, who I used to live with, was a gay guy. He wasn't like super flamboyant outside of the house, but when we were at home, like he just let it all hang out, and it is what it is, and I picked up on some of his mannerisms too.
And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, because like at the end
of the day, you're so comfortable in your own masculinity, like you don't have to conform, and it's
honestly,
it's fine.
Honestly, I don't even consider that. Like it does. It's not even a thing that I think about because
it doesn't phase you. Yeah,
I mean,
that's really respectable, actually.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think of and this is going to sound like kind of virtue signaling, but I don't think of Angelo or any or like fucking Myron or any of my gay friends. I don't think of any of them as gay. I just think of them as my friends. But that being said, I tend to pick up on mannerisms of people, like when I see them do them and then do them often enough, and I think to myself, context dependent, obviously, but I think, damn, that looked cool. However the hell he did it, however the hell she did it, and then I tend to, it's like art. I tend to integrate the things that I like of these different styles into my own practice, into my own behavior, into my own art style.
Yeah.
Shane, you are a work of art in my eyes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I got a question for Shane now.
Oh, here we go.
How did the pandemic, how did it make you, how are you dealing with the pandemic since you're in Seattle? Like, how does that affect your day-to-day life right now?
So I'm still working. I work every day, pretty much. I haven't had a COVID break. Well, I did actually a year into the whole COVID thing. I did have to quarantine from work, but that's because I was exposed to somebody who tested positive. But other than that,
a year into it.
Same time as me, actually.
Okay, so a month ago. So.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it started the COVID cases started happening and people started paying attention, and it was based in Seattle. Since then, our numbers are crazy low compared to the rest of the country. We don't even make the top 5 or the top 10 for the states that have high COVID cases. But in the beginning, it was pretty wild. So luckily, I live in a pretty liberal place, and people paid attention and listened right off the bat. We were in masks pretty much the next day, and if you didn't have to go to work, you stayed home, and it was a pretty good system that we had going on over here. So I think now, like fast forwarding into a year, like we're still fucking fighting this stupid thing. But like we've worked out a good system, at least in Seattle area, where we can still kind of like maintain daily life and functions, and it hasn't been terrible.
He's also a person who would work and then go home. So everything, the world shutting down doesn't really affect Shane.
I what?
So you work and then you go home. It's like,
Yeah.
like that. You being outside is you going to work.
Yeah.
And then once you're not outside, you're back at home. Like, honestly, how does that affect you really? It doesn't.
It does. Yeah. I mean, like that whole, like, honestly, I wish I was quarantined. And then I finally got quarantined and I was like, I'm so fucking bored. I hate being at home. I just wanted to go to work. And like, also, like, I live in like Amazon country. So everything is like same day delivery or like next day, from, you know, random Amazon buys to like my groceries. So even before like the virus and like lockdown and stuff like that, like I wasn't going to stores out of necessity. I would just have everything delivered. If I did go out, it would be like to a restaurant or whatever, like to a quick bar, but like everything is outside anyways. All the stuff that I did anyways. So it like really didn't affect me as much as I thought it was going to. The thing that affected me the most was the traffic, because it was great. Nobody was on the road. And then a couple months ago, it started picking up, and now there's traffic everywhere, and I hate everybody.
Yeah, I feel you on that. God damn, traffic fucking sucks now. And like,
Yeah.
and I just like semi recently moved. I used to live like 10 minutes away from work. Now I'm a good half an hour away from work. And it should only be 20 minutes away from work, but it's an additional like a third or additional 50%, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
drive time, because people are on the fucking road now. Like
Yeah.
it used to be great. I could speed to work, you know, fucking no cops in Fort Collins because it's a college town full of white people. I could just straight to fucking work, not worry about shit. Now fucking everybody's on, because I hop on the highway to get to work. Everybody's on
Yeah.
the fucking highway. Cops around every corner. It's torture. It's torture.
Yeah. And nobody's driven in almost a year, so everyone's acting brand new on the road, and I'm like, okay, listen, I just have to get to work.
Yeah, and that's why the fucking cops are out in force, because you know more people to pull over, more revenue.
Yeah.
Give me that money.
Which is your slogan. But yeah, so I remember just like being on the freeway coming to work, like in the middle of this shit, and I was like, damn, maybe Thanos didn't have the wrong. You know what I mean? Like I was just like,
he was onto something.
He was definitely onto something, because I could deal with this. But yeah, nah, shit is definitely different nowadays. You can tell there's more people going back to work.
Let me correct the mistake that you just made. My slogan isn't "Give me that money." It's "Jinsei, where's my money?" Yeah. Very. I mean, it's very similar.
You can
so
have more than one
understand,
slogan.
I can understand how you would get it wrong. It's very similar, and you know, simple things sometimes slip simple minds, but it's also very directed at you.
Yeah. And I'll overlook you trying to tell me I'm simple, but whatever. But
it works on
like,
Steven.
It does work on Steven. Go ahead. Yeah.
What does?
That's around the point in the last episode when I was like, I could tell when I'm being verbally assaulted.
Yeah.
It was around that point when I heard like a gigantic sneeze or whatever the fuck, like the sound cut out. So
Hold
yeah.
up. I got a question for Kaho real quick.
Good.
So you're telling me you moved further from your job when you, like, what was the point of moving further from your job? I mean, is it like a nicer apartment complex, or what is the reasoning?
It's much nicer, and I told you this. I'm pretty sure I told you this on recording too. It's much nicer, and also the previous place that I was staying at, they kept trying to raise my rent.
Okay, that's right. I think I remember it correctly now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Plus, won't you get a new roommate anyway?
What? I ain't got no roommates. What you talking about? Nick, shut up.
You had a.
I'll be your roommate, Kaho.
Fuck no.
I'll transfer down to Colorado.
Nah, you keep your ass right where you are in Cowtown. That's where you belong.
Hey, tell this man about where we live, because he always Shane, I know you got the notes ready. Tell this
What?
man about where we live because he's always talking about, oh, you out there in Cowtown
Yeah,
over
Cow
there.
City.
They used
Well,
they
I
used
mean,
to they
like,
used to get at shut up no, Shane. Shane, stop it.
what?
Already hear you playing the middle ground. But look, they used to get at me and say, oh, he don't got time for us. He out there, he gotta wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning and go tip over some cows. Like that's how they used to assault me. So
Or
tell
you
them,
gotta get the
tell
eggs
them.
and fucking milk the cows and then tip them over.
There, I grew up in Tracy, which I would think is more of a cow town than like Manteca or Modesto, because we actually had cows all the time. So I mean, like, you're not wrong that the general area of like Central Valley, California, is like, farmland,
Vindicated.
but there is like, especially like Modesto area, like that's pretty, like, I don't know, developed, I guess. Like, they have a mall. Manteca doesn't have a mall.
A mall.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely have to, like, travel to go and do fun things. Like, it's like an hour away from like San Francisco or Sacramento.
Okay, that you're leaning more towards my point. by
Yeah,
saying that.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm
Okay.
not, but like, you're not right. Like, it's not like heavily country, but like, there's a cow.
Cowtown. As long as there's at least one cow, it's a cow town.
Yeah.
It's too cold to be too. It's too cold to have cows out there from fucking Colorado. That's what it is. I
No,
get it.
no. If
Yeah, nobody want no frozen beef.
If I were to go east, if I were to drive east from where I am, I'd end up in Eaton and Alt. Nothing but fucking farmland out there. It's actually really fucking annoying. When I was doing the life insurance gig, I had to go out there pretty often because there were a lot of union workers out there, a lot of farmers, a lot of just farmland, and it was the most boring shit to drive. Like, because I'm going east and the mountains are in the west, so I wouldn't see the mountains. This is just nothing to look to. And then you finally come over this like small rolling hill, and that's when it's time to roll your windows up because that's when you're about to hit the smell of manure for the next 20 minutes. It's just not great. I don't like fucking farmlands. That's why I'm so hesitant to fucking visit Modesto. It's just gonna smell like cow shit.
It's not.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't
smell.
It doesn't when you get used to it.
You're right. It's definitely dry though. Like, okay, when I came home to visit, when did I come home last? November?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
'Cause was it? Oh yeah, it was right around
I think it was
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I can count how many times growing up that I've had like a bloody nose. I had a bloody nose almost every morning when I woke up. It was so dry. I could not handle it.
Have you ever been to Colorado?
I have been to the airport in Colorado, but I haven't been like elsewhere.
It's funny because when I moved here, it was me and 3 friends who lived out here, and all of them would always complain about having dry skin and like nosebleeds and all that, but I never got any of that shit. And I'm from fucking Missouri, one of the most humid states in the country.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've never gotten a nosebleed. I've never gotten like this. Oh, it's the altitude. That shit has never affected me whatsoever. Like dry skin, my skin is moist as fuck right now. And
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
like,
mean like,
motherfucker, you fucking, you got melanin in your skin. I'm pretty sure the 3 friends you moved with,
only two of them.
only 2 of them was white.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
do they know what cocoa butter is? None of them, huh? Yeah, see,
No,
that's the difference.
well,
Everybody up in there using jergens, and you got cocoa butter. It's different, brother.
the non-white one, yeah, probably blacker than me, but yeah, still.
Brother, you know what cocoa butter is. It's different for you.
Yeah, I know.
Just so everybody knows, Steve is not quiet because he's succumbing to Shane's sexual
I was
energy.
about to say it.
He is quiet because he knowing that we were going to record at 9:30 couldn't find it within himself to go to the bathroom and poop. But no, he was about to shit his pants, so he had to hurry up and run off.
Yeah, his incredibly adult-like language is, and this is verbatim, BRB about to poop my paints.
But anyway, Shane,
Yeah.
What you got going on? What's the move? What's the next move?
Um,
You know you can't be there for too long, so you far too
um,
impulsive.
I know.
You found you a boo thing yet? Because
No.
Jinsei is kind of out of reach now. Black or not, dick don't reach that far. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I already told him he just has to say the word and I'll move back. But no, not I don't know. I'm definitely gonna stay like one more year at least. I'm moving into like a big house in like a month and a half. And I'm doing different things at work. But I don't know. The good thing with my job is that I can transfer pretty much anywhere. So if I really, really wanted to, I can come back to California. I can go someplace entirely new. I can even go to like Guam or Saipan or just it's endless possibilities, I guess.
Have you worked?
You work for a corporation then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna have there's usually only two types of entities that will transfer you out of the country, out of the continental United States, I should say. One is the government, and two is a large corporation.
You're right.
I usually am.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you worked over your buyer's remorse?
My buyer's remorse?
Yeah,
For what?
for anything. I'm saying, like, think about it. When
Yeah.
you first initially made your elaborate plan to get home and go to Seattle, right? I say
Yeah.
elaborate jokingly because you didn't even have a place to stay. But
Damn.
when you were like ready to go or getting ready to go, you put in your application, you got your interview, and then you were like, wait a second, I don't think I want to do this.
I didn't.
And when you got hired at Walmart, you was like, why the fuck did I do this
Well,
to myself?
I know, yeah, I did fully. Because I was like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna work at Walmart with these whack asses. Ew. I hate shopping at Walmart. Why do I want to work there?
If you look at a talent pool that the Manteca store has, we do got a bunch of people like you probably could, not work here.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this could just be my own biases, but I'm pretty sure that we had probably one of the best setups for like during that time that we were there.
Mm-hmm.
I had, and it's definitely like when people were like, "Oh my god, you used to work at Walmart," I've been like, "Yes, actually, proudly," because it was so much fun. I had that was like probably one of the most funnest jobs that I've held. But yeah, no, I definitely have I guess like buyer's remorse for this whole situation. Also because like I'm so close to my family. And I I would love to come back to California, but it's just I don't know. Seattle is also like amazing. So it's very like 50-50 and I'm torn like every day. But I think if the situation was right, I definitely would come back like in a heartbeat because I miss my family. I miss my grandparents.
Yeah, I was like, as Mama and Papa advance in age, I don't think going further away would be like the best.
No. And also I like the fact that it's only like an hour and a half flight. If I did need to get back home for X, Y, or Z, it's a very quick flight home.
Right.
So that kind of puts me at ease a little bit. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, Shane, I got a question for you.
He thought about this while pooping, so it better be good.
Well, I had ice cream earlier, so that's why my stomach's all jacked
up.
Okay,
that's the same thing. Like whenever I hear that shit, that's the same shit as like when I hear somebody's like, I had Taco Bell, now I have super ultra diarrhea. Like ice cream, they'll never get. Anyway, go ahead.
So
Didn't he say he was lactose intolerant though?
I don't. Is he? I mean, everything is wrong with
somewhat.
Steven, so I guess.
So would you ever, if you somehow didn't end up working, like, I'm not saying anything would happen, but if you like lost your job or something like that, would you ever like go back to work for Walmart again?
I mean, I would. I think that there would have to be a discussion, and I would have to talk to like the store manager and be like, "Listen, here, buddy, this is what I can do. This is what I'm gonna do, and I would like to make this much money." And I think now, especially like with the Manteca store, if I like, whatever, if I had to go back and I was going back to Manteca, I think it would be a little bit more doable than just like a random location for me to get like
Personnel wise.
most of the things that I wanted on my list for like employment.
Hmm. So since you out here hyping up your store, you got like scientists and fucking thermal geological engineers working at this store and shit. Why do you think that it is that they still work at Walmart as opposed to applying themselves in like a more advanced career? Is it just like
Because
apathy
you're
or
doing minimal work
lethargy?
for somewhat decent pay, and you get to hang
Lethargy,
out with good people.
You gotta throw in the good people bullshit.
Yeah, I really
Yeah, that's
think,
really what it is.
No, I really think it's the coworkers that like really keep people there for so long. Because like if I didn't like end up being friends with Brandon or Patty or Sindel or X, Y, and Z, then I probably would not have stayed there that long. Like in the last 10 years, I worked at, I don't know, 7 or 8 stores. I bounce around fairly quickly, and I stood there for a little over a year and a half before I left, which was like the longest that I had been at one location for the last couple years.
Would you say that you're a person with wanderlust?
Yes.
Kind of. Would you?
It definitely
Yes.
sounds like it. Like just piecing together the personality, or not even necessarily the personality, but I guess the subconscious Shane, and this is like armchair psychology, so not real psychologist here, but just piecing together all these things that you've said so far, and just like your hobbies, walking,
Mhm.
listening to music, crying to yourself, shit like that. You just seem like the type of person who has wanderlust.
Yeah, I guess you can throw me in that category.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I mean, then you look on the flip side and you see like I can see how somebody on the outside, not really outside, but somebody who's like, all right, I want Shane. But let me spend a year observing him. It's like, how the fuck am I gonna keep him entertained forever? I told him this before. It's like it seems like a daunting task to actually tie you down. Because I feel like
I don't know. I feel like I'm down for the count, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know. I don't know
solidify
about
it.
that.
Is marriage a curse word for you?
No, I want to be married. I want to have kids, and I feel honestly, if I was a straight man, I would already have like 2 kids and be married.
You can still have them. It's just you don't have to.
No, I fully can. But it's in the gay community. It's just so much. It's like 10 times harder to like solidify like a healthy, stable relationship.
Mm.
And it's and like there's again, it comes back to, which I don't know. I don't think that it's bad, but I think that but I really appreciate my family's input. And if you're not going to pass like the family test, then you're not worth my time.
Damn, like that.
Oh, fully.
See, now I have I guess problem is too strong of a word, but I don't really like that dynamic because in the past, have I've dealt with women who let their family make their decisions for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the problem that I have with that is I have a strong personality. I have a very how do I put this? I have a very aggressive personality. Um, I don't like being told what to do, and I don't like it when people make my decisions for me. Like even as a
Yeah.
kid, I didn't like that shit. So and I understand this is not the right way to look at it, but when I see somebody like that who can't make decisions for themselves, and this is, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about people that I would, you know, probably be in a relationship with. When I see someone like that who, when I first meet them, right, and we're like getting to know each other, um, I let it be known very quickly that I'm a decisive person, and
Right.
I want to I want to be with someone who also can at least make their own decisions for themselves every now and then. And then bigger decisions have to be, of their volition as well. It seems when somebody else makes decisions for someone else, it is what it is. But when somebody makes life decisions for you,
Yeah.
like you seem
Well,
weak,
maybe I phrased
I
that in
guess.
the wrong way.
Okay,
I
again, I'm
don't
not. I'm
let
not.
them drive my decision making,
You let
Yeah,
but
I
them
was gonna
influence it.
say,
I
Yeah, you let them
yeah,
influence
influence.
it. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said I'm not talking about you specifically.
yeah.
I'm just saying why I have a problem with, again, problem is kind of a strong word, with the idea of letting someone else make a decision for them.
Right.
Uh,
I don't
and
know.
I guess you could call it a flaw, in that I just don't play well with those types of people. Like I want you to know, not you specifically. I want you to know what you want, because when I ask you what you want, I want an answer.
Hmm.
As opposed to, I gotta think about, like, bitch, you're like, if you're around my age, you've had like close to 30 years or so at least to come up with what type of person you are. Like when it comes to a person's personality or what drives a person, or these things that are supposed to build up over time. You're supposed to learn about yourself and develop into this person. I want you at our age to have that down at this point. Like, don't, that's not something that I think that you should be wholly indecisive about it, at least to a point where you got to go and ask other people to decide for you.
No, yeah, fully. I fully agree with that. I think I too am a strong personality, and you definitely cannot have like you can't have a weaker personality than me when we're entering relationships or whatever. But I think that not that they drive my decision, but I think that, and it's not even a verbal like input either. I have such good examples in my family and in my life of what like healthy, positive relationships are supposed to look like. Um, that if I think even that you can't live up to that standard, that you're not worth my time.
I see, I see.
Like I've had maybe one like boyfriend actually meet my mom. Everyone else, I'm like, you're fun for now, but like I can't see us I can't see us together in a strong relationship the way that I see like my mom and dad or my grandparents. And that really turns me off because I'm so independent that I don't need somebody to like help me. I just need someone to be like hang out with me.
Right, right. Let me ask you a question, kind of pertaining to this, and understand that I have a little bit of insight, but I'm by no means like knowledgeable about this type of thing. When the like you said, you kind of alluded to it earlier. I don't guess you didn't allude to it. You kind of said it outright. It's harder to find those types of relationships in the LGBT community.
LMNOP.
Shut up.
Hmm.
Um, so putting yourself in that position where you're trying to find someone, a life partner, a husband,
Hmm.
whatever you're going
Hmm.
for, like, doesn't isn't it like, does it ever come on? Does it ever feel like it's very daunting? Because like the pool of um uh, of possible suitors, is
Hmm.
just by law of statistics incredibly small compared to cis people. or cishet people. So like, does it ever get to you that it's it's quite like it's quite a mountain to surmount?
Yeah, like there'll be times where I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna be like fun uncle.
Auntie.
Shut up. And like, come back from vacation with gifts for my nieces and nephews from my brothers. But like I don't think that stops me or like, really discourages me enough to like, oh my God, I'm never gonna fucking find a husband or whatever.
Mhm.
I feel like it's, I don't know. Also, I feel like I feel like there's so much time.
Which
really...
which venues do you employ in your quest
Yeah, what's your
for
type, nigga?
for a husband? I didn't. That's not what I'm asking. Which venues do you employ? I didn't say what your type was. That was the next question. Calm the fuck down.
I mean, I already know these answers.
All right. Well, I'm asking the questions. It's interview time with Kaho. With Kaho.
I mean, it's funny because like I don't really. I'm as much as I would love to have like a solid partner. I'm not actively looking for anything right now either. So I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not like, hey, do you want to go out?
Elaborate on solid partner.
Just like a relationship, a boyfriend, a partner.
Like monogamy, you talking?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a jealous lover. Like, don't try to pull that poly shit with me. Like, I cannot. Like, if you want to bring someone, we're gonna break up. Like that's it.
But it's ethical polygamy.
I don't care. And you know what? And I have friends that are polyamorous, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. But I myself, I'm so selfish.
I can respect that.
This man lays claims on shit that ain't even his. Like I can't do nothing. Don't let me talk about it in the chat.
You can't do anything.
That yogurt, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
No, we're in a monogamous relationship.
So yeah, I mean, I know a lot about you and all your adventures. And
well, I mean, I would say that you are one of my best friends, so that doesn't surprise me that you know X, Y, and Z.
But I would say still, I feel like you could provide much more insight into the world that you live in. You know what I mean? Like I see,
like what?
Like Elemental P, like just his day to day, how he progresses throughout the day, how he views shit. Like Shane doesn't really like go into it like that. But what I'm saying that in contrast to when all the protests and everything, I didn't have to watch the news. I didn't have to and have to read Twitter, nothing. I had Shane. Shane was the one who was informing me of everything. Shane was the one who was out there, protesting, everything, all that shit like that, right? So it's like your social awareness has always been super high, and I respect that and I admire that. But when it comes to y'all can talk about that. Y'all can go back and forth.
For what?
He said current events.
Oh yeah. I love a good current event. But I feel also like it's in my personality. It's how I was raised. I'm empathetic to everyone and everything. And obviously there's tons that we can talk, I'm sure, for hours in a whole separate episode. But yeah, I mean, you're right. How does that tie in with my relationship though?
So what I'm saying is like I get all this information from you, right?
He's saying that you take all of that information, you distill it down, and he suckles at your teat to get that information.
Right. And then I could,
figuratively speaking, of course.
And once he would love for me to.
I would. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I want more insight on the Elemental P community, and I want it specifically from you.
So, I mean, like, I can answer questions to the best of my ability, but I try not to let being gay define me.
You also have to. I
I'm me
assume.
who happens to be gay, and that's, like, a little part of who I am, I guess. But I try not to be like, oh my god, gay. Like, I'm not a fan of rainbows. Like, I don't like. It's okay. So, like, just for context, my mom, she'll like, oh my god, I saw this. This is so cute, and it's like a fucking rainbow unicorn mug, and I'm like, oh, that is cute. Mm-hmm. Do you want it? No, I sure don't. Or like, she said for Christmas.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me you don't have a pair of like rainbow colored Crocs or something right now?
I do, but listen, that wasn't my choice. For Christmas, I opened this box from my family, and there is a coffee mug that says "Love is love," and a pair of rainbow Crocs, and I'm like, well, shit, how
you
gay
basic
do they
bitch
think
gay?
I am?
You basic bitch gay. That's crazy.
I am not. I myself, I'm not. But apparently, according to my family, I'm a flaming homosexual.
This man has signs in his house that says "Only love lives here." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's basic bitch shit. That's not even like homosexual. That's just basic bitch shit. It's like live, laugh, love bullshit.
Yeah. I do not have.
His house is not lit by regular fucking lamps and shit. His house is lit.
See now, I just talking to you. Like, I was getting the sense that you had some of that the fucking, you had cool points. Like when he's cool. Fuck. When I talk to my sister, like I go to my sister's house. Like they got fucking like crazy weird ass signs up on their walls and shit, and like posters and tapestries and shit. Like they are epitome cool.
No, thank you. I don't have. I have. Okay, let me.
He got a poster, but it didn't fit.
So I ordered a poster, but I apparently am not good with dimensions, and it's massive, and I have to find a frame for it. But that's besides the point.
What's the poster of?
It's
live, laugh, love.
No, it's a city, like a sky view of downtown Seattle. It's very cute.
Night Sky podcast.
Hey.
Just a little,
I don't know what.
Oh, just a little advice here. When you get a frame, the best frame size is 24 by 36. If you want like something big.
I would love that. However, this poster is like, I think it's like 42 by 80. It's so large and in charge.
God damn.
I know, and the thing is that it was on sale. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cute, because especially for like the new house that I'm moving into, I'm gonna have like a lot of like wall space, and I was like, oh, this is so cheap, like it can't be that big, right? No, it's really large, and I don't even know how. I like looked into framing it, and it's gonna be like $100 to get a proper frame for it.
Jesus. So if I got the Night Sky podcast banner logo, whatever the fuck it's called, made into a poster, you gonna put it up on your wall?
No.
Oh, bitch.
It doesn't match my aesthetic. It's a little too pixelated for me.
Pixelated. I like really sharp. No. That it's only pixelated because Steven is fucking abhorrent when it comes to posting shit. I can show you the full res. It's amazing. Well, it's immaculate.
If it looks good, then I'll think about it.
No, you're going to do it. And I'm going to deliver it to you.
Yeah, it's free. You ain't got to pay for it. It's going to be free.
Did you hear him say okay? You say okay.
Yeah,
if you deliver it. Okay.
Yeah. But
with bells around his heels.
You're right. I don't have lamps. I have like lights around the ceiling, and it's very aesthetic. It's very cute.
And around the window. That shit is fucking. Hey, look. Do those dim?
Cute, though.
It's cute. Do those dim?
No, they don't dim.
They change colors? They're just white?
No, I don't like colors. Yeah, they're just white.
Oh, racist.
Okay. So it's like I wouldn't walk in there and be like, oh damn, all right. He got the light setting to fuck me
slowly dim the light. You walk in, the door locks behind you. door locks behind you automatically. Fucking some Barry Manilow comes on, and the lights begin to slowly dim.
Well, I'm getting fucked tonight, I guess. Okay, all right.
I have a color changing light in my room.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But that's about it.
Before I hand you over to Steven, because I know he's trying to get some words in, some questions in edgewise. Going back to what you were talking about with damn, what is his name? What does he go by? The one I couldn't recognize was gay, but you could automatically, like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my gosh, freaking, what is his name? Jared.
Yeah. I was trying not to like say Jared and actually say something. But yeah, so don't you think, especially in the workplace, that it's pretty common for probably not the most confident gay man to be like, or probably shouldn't say that. Probably just say like maybe
he
for
was
them
very
to
confident.
just
He was probably
just being like, okay, stop it. Okay, but yeah, like somebody who would be like, okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm saying like to be like cautious with being out there with just anybody. Because we have a friend who says that he maintains a straight persona at work to this day.
I mean, I think that's everybody, because even in my line of work, I definitely present more like I'm more straight presenting than I would be
around like friends
elsewhere.
and family.
Not friends, but I'm yeah, I guess.
But he's also different because while he is a bottom, he exhibits top energy all the fucking time. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, power bottom.
I guess. All right, you can call it that.
I guess so.
Is it the term?
Yeah, fuck this.
No, I think my personality is just strong and aggressive. But like, I don't know. I'm pretty low key elsewhere. Anyways, so homeboy, I think you thought that he was straight just because he worked in fucking what is it, sporting goods,
automotive sporting goods. But my interaction with him was never like he didn't give me any hints. Like he was like,
how often did you interact with him? Number one. Number two,
I'm on that side of the store. It's pretty often. Heavily relied upon person to be there every single day. I interacted with him enough to where when he was leaving the first time, he said, I just want to let you know that when I go to my other store, because he was like moving to Vegas or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to let the people know about you because I really enjoyed working with you. That's a pretty good impression.
Maybe he presented more straight to you, a straight man, or to the public, but every encounter that me and Sindel had, I was like, listen, dude, I need you to bring it down a little bit. Can you not cut out his name?
No, we can't.
Post?
No, Steven is wholly fucking unreliable when it comes to that. I mean, you said it earlier. It's just the only reason why I mentioned that is because Jinsei was like, I'm trying not to say his name, even though he eventually said it himself, and I just said it. I was just teasing, but ignore me.
He would probably love to hear Brandon say his name. I mean, I'm sure.
Say it, Brandon. Say it sexy.
Don't do it, Brandon.
Stop.
Don't do it.
Why wouldn't I do it, Steven? The fuck? Jared! Oh!
Wait, hold up. Do I know this person?
See? No, he doesn't. Obviously, he doesn't.
Not?
Obviously he doesn't.
Well, I know.
Well, he obviously stays in one area of the store, I'm sure.
But still, obviously he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes, Steven, you know this person.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now.
All right, who we talking about?
I can't say his name.
You said his name.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know who it is. That's
who? Where do you work?
Is it Backroom Jared?
No, see you stupid.
Oh my gosh, Backroom Jared.
What is that like a moniker that's been given to him?
No, he's Jared. He works in the back.
Oh, okay. No. I know who this Jared is. We're actually I know now, like who he is.
Who?
Mm.
Who? I like to hear you
Where
be
does he work
wrong.
at?
And then the Jared who sometimes lately been working in OGP.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Me and him kind of talk. We're not like totally cool with each other, but like yeah, we say a few words.
I mean, he's a cool
Was,
dude. And he's good conversation.
was
I have
OGP
nothing bad to say about
sounds like
online
some.
grocery pickup, right?
Oh, okay, okay. So it sounded like some fucking early '90s, late '80s hip hop references.
And
You
what?
down
That's
with
very on brand.
OPP? Yeah, you know me.
The full res of that picture I put it in the chat. You're on your phone, never mind. So actually, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, I'll see it later.
But
I mean,
yeah,
it looks good. You guys are like sitting around a little fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. And just
I'm
on
the one
YouTube, it
playing
looks a little pixelated.
But yeah, like I said, that's because Steven's terrible at his job.
That's all right though.
Yeah, for now.
stop it. Yeah, stop it.
No, I'm trying to put that fear in his heart.
I know. The easiest way to make somebody, perform is to make sure or make them think that they can lose their job at any given moment. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
What else did I have for you? I have a whole lot, but I don't know. I'm probably going to have you come up on here again so you really get into some elaborate shit. But fuck that. Fuck whatever Steven talk about. Tell everybody right now, Shane, are you listening?
Yeah.
Tell everybody your version
Uh-huh.
of the squirrel story.
Okay. Listen. I don't appreciate you putting me on blast like that. But I will go ahead and share my point of view. Okay. So, it's like 8 a.m. Okay. Just woken up. We used to have like family breakfast. My dad, who is one of the funniest people that I know, but also just like such an ass. Like, why would you do this to me? He was like, "Hey, come over here," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Just come to the room." So we're standing in like the sunroom of the house, looking outside, and he's like, "Do you see that little squirrel out there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'll give you $1 if you go catch it." And this, ventures back to my impulse actions. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I walk out, and in our sunroom we had it was like an industrial like store front door, and it had like one of those like twist locks that were like permanent on the door, and you kind of like lock it. Yeah. So I walk out, and my dad is like pulling this like hydraulic door closed, right, like force pulling it, locking it, and I'm like, why are you doing that? So I go, and now I panicked because I'm like, oh, I'm stuck in the backyard. There's an animal. So I'm like, I might as well just go try to catch it. Yeah, yeah. So I go, and I'm walking towards it slowly, and it like sees me in its peripherals and like runs away, or like starts to run away. But I was like, oh well, maybe it will let me catch it, right? So I'm like, okay. So I take a couple quick steps, like I'm gonna run after it, and it runs and like karate jumps off of the fence back towards me. And I lose because as impulsive and as strong-willed as I am, I'm also just the biggest scaredy cat. So I scream, I'm freaking out, I'm running back to the door. I can't get in because it's like locked and industrial, and my dad's losing his shit. My mom's in the kitchen staring out the window, like everybody's like watching this, and the squirrel by this time was already gone. Like no one knew where it was, right? I finally get back inside the house. I'm sweating. I'm crying. I'm like, what the hell? And I take off, right? I'm like, whatever. I'm leaving. How dare you guys betray me and my trust like that?
How old were you?
I was fully like 17. I think I was still in high school. But I worked, and I had my own money, had my own car, right? So I was like, I'm leaving. So I left out of spite, and I was like, whatever. So so this, I don't know if you know this second half of the story, but so I'm gone. I had plans that day anyways. but I was like, I'm making it. I'm mad at you guys. So I'm gone. I'm doing my thing. And my mom calls me later that night after I had like, I think I was like going to the movies with friends or whatever. And she's like, what time are you coming home? I was like, I'm going to be home in a little bit, right? Like the tensions had died down. We were all fine. She's like, oh, okay. Well, blah, blah, blah. Let me know. And I'm like, okay, no, like probably like 20 minutes. Like, what are we doing for dinner? Right? Like casual conversation. I don't know. We'll decide when you get here. Okay, cool. So I say goodbye to my friends. I'm leaving, head back home. I walk inside the house and they're all in the dining room, and like our bedroom, like the hallway to get to our bedrooms were like right off the dining room. So I'm like, oh, like what are we gonna do? And they're like, oh, I don't know, but we have something to tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Like, not thinking about the squirrel. I'm thinking it's something serious. And they're like, yeah, like something crazy. So I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, well, we were cleaning out the sunroom earlier and dad had the door open and the squirrel ran into the house. And I was like, shut up. And they're like, no, I swear. The squirrel's in your room. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah, we shut the door. So that way, like, it wouldn't run around the house. And I'm like, you let the squirrel run into my room and you shut the door? Are you kidding me right now? And they're like, no, like we're so sorry, we don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, what the frick? And they're like, just go look. Maybe it ran out or crawled out of the window or whatever. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? So I go. Everyone's in the living room. And you know what? If there's video proof of this, which I'm sure there's archived video footage somewhere, because my mom and dad were like heavy on home videos. But I open like my door slowly, and at the time I was, going through a phase, so I had a black room, so it was very dark in there. And
Just the phase.
I'm opening it up. I turn on the light, and my dad like pushes me into the room, shuts the door, and turns off the light and shuts the door. And I'm like, oh my god! So I'm panicking, right? And like I'm fucking in this room right now. The squirrel's in here with me. I'm like shaking. He's like physically holding the door shut. So I turn on the light and then I see the squirrel. It's on my bed. And at this point, I'm crying. I'm like on the floor, just being dramatic. And I can hear them laughing. And I'm like, why are you guys laughing? This is not funny. I'm so traumatized. And while I was gone, they also left that day and like searched high and low for a stuffed squirrel, and they like wrapped it up in my clothes and left it on my bed. And it's funny because I still have this squirrel to that day, to this day, and it's just a gentle reminder that no one is safe, especially me.
What the fuck? What was like? What's going through your mind? What's the squirrel gonna do to you?
I don't know. Endless possibilities.
It's the wilderness, bro. It's the wilderness.
Yeah.
What if his head is? What if the squirrel been in this room all day, ain't ate nothing, and Shane's head looked like a ripe prime nut, just ready to be cracked open and ate? Like right. Shane don't know.
Or like
the wilderness.
I don't know. Yeah.
Get the one carnivorous squirrel in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? With my luck, that would happen to me. So here we are.
So Shane,
still scared of squirrels. Yeah.
When you were trying to get out of the room when the squirrel was there, why didn't you like the bum rush the squirrel and then like take your blankets and like wrap up the squirrel inside your blankets?
Kill it, like Steven would have done, because he's a big strong man.
Yeah, ain't nobody killing no squirrel, dog. Get the fuck out of here.
I ran over a
squirrel.
There
is.
Oh, you didn't kill it.
Yeah, I did actually.
No, you ran over it and he was just like, "What the fucking mosquito bites? Get out of here."
Yeah, I don't know. At the time, my fight or flight was definitely flight. So I was like, just get me out of there.
Now it's flight, but with a hint of fight. Like I'm gonna run, but I'm swinging at the same time while I'm running. So I'm just like,
do the windmill.
Fucking, yeah, I'm a tornado of fists. That's what I am right there. I remember him telling me his stories, and this was like his insight. This is my insight into his family. Like he was like, this is what I'm preparing you for when you meet them, because eventually they're gonna come here and shop. And I remember me and his mom clicked, it's like, oh my God, come here, give me a hug. Mama Shane, you know what I mean? shit like that. His grandma, his aunties, his cousins. His dad was a little apprehensive, but he was like, "Look, my dad's a hugger. You're a hugger. Just go up and hug that man." So I hugged this man, right, and I looked him into his eyes, and I was like, "Look, that squirrel shit is genius." And we're like, we're like, he was like, "All right, bet." So like now we just cool all the time, like all the time. That's how that shit went. I just remember like his dad was just a little apprehensive. I had to woo him. I remember that.
Yeah.
But you got this. You got all these stories.
Mm-hmm.
You have nicknames,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I've always been told the stories of right. You got certain nicknames. Chongo is just like that's just what your grandparents call you, right?
That's Chango or Chano, like they're interchangeable. But yeah, that started with my grandparents and all of my like cousins, my mom, my dad. Like not really my dad because he doesn't speak Spanish that much, but like my mom, my cousins, my grandparents, like that side of the family, especially like my mom's aunts and uncles, like the extended side. That's a nickname that I grew up with that side of the family.
And then you got Chills.
Yeah. And that that comes what?
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
Okay, so on my dad's side of the family, we only have my grandma and we have like my dad's brother who we don't talk to them, right? I mean like we talk to we like talk to my grandma, but we don't talk to my uncle. And so it's just homegirl Marie. But she calls me Chills because when I was born, I was preemie, and I looked like I don't know, I looked cold all the time because I probably weighed like 3 pounds. But so yeah, so she calls me Chills, and I can't escape it because even my so like when I get in trouble or like if they're making fun of me at home because I it's not my favorite nickname, but so like yeah, if I get in trouble or they're making fun of me, they'll call me Chills. Or especially like a lot of my cousins who know my grandma and know that she calls me Chills, they'll call me Chills too. And it's a term that I respond to. Do I like it? I don't hate it.
Yeah, I just remember your cousin saying it like in front of me, and you was like, "Oh my god, not this!"
Yeah,
like
because I don't go around advertising that nickname in particular.
My name is Shane Armando. Size queen. Chills.
Wait, is that true?
What?
Is that you a size queen?
She's a size queen.
Really? Okay.
Listen.
See, now I have a new perspective because now I understand why your dad was like a little apprehensive. He was like, I ain't about to have this big black dude come here and blow my face.
Well, okay. For context,
yeah,
I'm like 6'1", and I'm on the heavier side, I guess.
Big old soft Teddy Sugar Bear.
But so yeah, so I mean like there's a little bit of a height requirement. There's a little bit of there's a couple of things that like are prerequisites when we hang out,
literally or figuratively. You don't have to answer that. See, now, my next question that I have here, it's based on the word chango. See, yeah. I come from a Hispanic background as well. I'm half black, half Hispanic, half Mexican, to be specific. Now, I know that the word chango means a lot of different things in a lot of different dialects. Sure. And not all of them are very nice, let's say. Mm-hmm. Which persuasion does the word come from? Assuming that you are, at least partially Hispanic.
Yeah, I'm Mexican and Filipino.
Okay.
And the term that we use that translates roughly into English is monkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's monkey. It's much better than like Argentinian or Peruvian, like because those are kind of
Yeah, it can differ, but in like Mexican Spanish, it's roughly like monkey. So
Okay, cool. All right, so I don't have to beat up your family. Gotcha.
yeah.
Trey always trying to say I'm 6'1". Like, forgot a whole inch on me. I'm taller than you. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, but I am.
He said, "Look, I'm wearing Vans, flat shoes, and I'm still taller than you." Look,
Yeah.
like, I hate it.
Don't let me put on my 270s. Okay, I'll really be taller than you.
Get out of here. So, would you say that you said there's a height requirement? Yes, but are you saying like? So I know somebody who's like, she's like, okay, it doesn't matter if he's a day or a minute younger than me. That's out, right? He has to be taller than me, and she's like probably like 5'9" and that's tall for like generally that's tall for a woman, right?
Yeah, like 5'4" or 5'5" is that national average,
right? So it's like, how strict are we talking with you? Like,
I mean, like,
what's the shortest? What's the shortest person that ever got up on that ride? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of things that play into it. Like purely physical, I don't want to like have to bend my neck to like talk to you. You know, like if we can at least maintain some level of eye contact, then that's totally fine. I would like somebody taller than me, like one of my
just like every other woman.
One of my people that I talk to is like 6'6", 6'7", and I feel like that's a good height. But I mean, like, you know, I don't know, like 5'10", I guess 5'10", 5'11" would be like probably in the shorter range of. And I'm saying this like as if I have like a whole pool to pick from. Like this is just a personal preference.
Yeah, I mean,
but again, like personality and like how we vibe and things like all those things come into play. Like if you're gonna be freaking a shorty, then and like we click, we vibe, then like that, you know, that changes everything. But generally about 5'10", 5'11" would be like the shortest that I would like. But I'm not, you know, shutting it down after that.
Let me find out you found you a fucking 4'11" man that you just in mad in love with. That you just carrying around like fucking Michael Jackson carried bubbles. Like I'm just
imagine like just on my hip. Like
what if he's like 5'5", 5'6", but he's got like a fucking incredibly powerful personality and is just like a soda can down there, just
baby arm.
Yeah. It's like punch a hole through a wall.
Yeah, then you know, hey you know.
Okay. It was good to see that you are not wholly inflexible.
He'll tell you. He always tell me he's flexible. I think the context is different when he tell me. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to provoke that.
I will say that I have some flexibility on my side for as large as I am. But that's besides the point.
I don't know, like both of the gay guys that I know that like Suneo included are very like, let's just say they can both like bust the splits out from a stand, like from stand. They ain't gotta
cannot do a split. That is
can't do the splits. What's wrong with you? You call yourself
When's the last time you tried though? Think about it.
I don't know. I used to be. I honestly used to be able to, but I don't know. It's been easily 10, 12 years.
I think if you could do it before, you can still do it. I'm just saying the effort might not be there. That's different.
I have no desire to do the splits. So I would not put in full effort.
It's not necessarily effort. I mean, like in order to do the splits, you have to stretch the joint. You have to stretch your joints, right?
Yeah,
it's all about joint flexibility. And if you don't if you don't flex that shit, I mean, if you don't flex that shit, just like muscles can atrophy, you know, you can lose that flexibility.
But before he goes to bed,
You can always get it back.
Before he goes to bed every day, he makes sure his ankles touch his ears. So I'm thinking he's good. I'm thinking he's good.
I
Shane
bet
should
I
be
could do
okay.
it.
Yeah. But you can do what?
That's
You
what-
bet your ankles could touch your. I bet your ankles could touch your ears.
Hold
Steven.
on, you know
You
what?
get 4 black dudes in an alleyway.
You want to test it out
your
for me
ankles
right
gonna
now?
touch your ear. What?
Hey, that scenario shit don't work on Shane at all. I was like, 4
What?
black dudes that catch you in the alleyway. Ooh, sounds like a good time. Like, I was like, like,
Gotta let me
but
finish.
yeah. He said, somebody gonna finish. All right. Like, oh, Shane,
4 times.
stop it.
Stupid.
Steven, what you got for Shane?
Listen,
We call this segment Stupid Questions with Steven.
Stupid question.
you guys
Here we
ready?
fucking go.
Come on,
What the fuck?
quit being so apprehensive. Ask the fucking question.
No, look, he brought up the fucking bruh. He's about to do the splits on camera right now, dog.
No.
Do you not y'all see the Shane
Oh,
can't
can you
see
guys see each other?
it. He just opened it up, but you can't do it because
trying.
you're on your phone.
Oh.
He's trying.
Oh,
He
interesting.
Yeah.
got like maybe a third of the way down, but that's it.
Oh, get it, Steven.
Now he's kicking his bed.
He is in prime position to get fucked in the ass right now, Shane. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That chair.
Get
is
your
looking at
ass up.
Sweating.
Yeah, get your ass
chair
up,
is looking
Steven.
at you and sweating.
I tried.
The hell?
He tried. Not even close, but he tried.
Good
Hey,
job. I can
you
feel
know
the
what?
effort.
You always talk about me taking you shopping, Steven, but Shane would be the one who could design you a new wardrobe.
Make you beautiful, nigga.
Does Shane know my issues? Like, does he know? Like,
Oh, Shane knows you have issues, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is, I oftentimes go to Shane. Was like, "Hey, how you think this look of me?" And
Anyone
I
who listens to
expect
this
it.
podcast knows you have issues.
Yeah, like he's the one who's like, "Hey, you should try this. You should do this, do this. Oh, these are nice. This is nice." He approves of most of my outfit choices. I don't actually think I've heard him not approve of anything before. That nigga know I look good. What the fuck? So yeah, Steven is over here like, Brandon, I need you to take me shopping. I want a new wardrobe. He was like, I got $500 for an allowance to
An allowance.
yeah. Well, I mean, you texted me the other day. I never responded, but yes, he does not manage his own money.
Aren't you like 30?
almost 31.
That's what I said.
See, here's the thing. If I were to use all my money, it would all go towards anime stuff. And we all know you can't survive if you just buy anime stuff and not food. So I have limits.
Okay. Sure, that's fair. Yeah.
Hey, at least you got a little bit of responsibility, yeah.
I do.
I mean,
Not even necessarily responsibility. You have the ability to recognize that you have a problem, I guess.
I made it to
That's
work
something. That's something.
for 5 years.
but
You are.
given everything you know how Steven looks, Shane. Like like outside of those basic ass fucking jeans that he always wears, them box jeans. I don't even know the style. You know the style. You worked for Levi's before.
Yeah, yeah. You got like
what
a
could you
solid
dr-
straight jean.
Yeah, what could you dress him in? Like
I don't
honestly.
know. So like that's the thing too, because I did that for so long that I don't do that anymore. Like I don't dress people anymore. And even how I dress, if I'm not going to work, I love like athleisure and like streetwear. So I would say if you're really trying to like revamp something, get yourself like some basics. Get like a decent pair of fitted jeans, not like skinny jeans. You don't have to like go like 100% in, but like get a little slim leg or like an athletic fit or something. Something a little bit closer to the ankle, not so loosey goosey.
Yeah, box jean having ass.
You also have to consider though that his parents, like if he comes home dressed nice, his mom and dad are probably going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? You sleep, they're fucking bitches. Like what? And then they're going to ground him and he can't do the podcast anymore. And
They're
then
going to ground you.
Oh, that's a thing.
You get grounded, Steven?
That's not me being funny. That's a thing.
No, I
Steven.
haven't been grounded since I
Got caught watching porn.
No, that she just made me have monitored stuff on my computer, which is a whole nother story. But the last thing I got in trouble for, I think I climbed on, like, this was like when I was 12, so it's been a hot minute. So I climbed.
Okay.
This was when I was living back in Modesto. I'm in Ripon now, but so I climbed on my top of my family house, and then my sister heard me because I was stepping on the rooftop, and then my sister comes out. She sees me on the roof, and then she like sees me and like asks me, Steven, what are you doing? I told her I'm just having some fun. And then she goes and tells my mom and dad on me, and then she said, nah. Like, my dad took my entire computer away from me for like a couple months, and then that was pretty much it.
What's the computer got to do with you fucking climbing the roof? Like, why'd you climb the roof, 12-year-old Steven? By the way, 12-year-old Steven's a vast upgrade from 5-year-old Steven. So go ahead.
But anyway,
it's almost 3 times the amount of Steven.
I wasn't really like in like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Okay, you was just being.
You just like woke up one day. Was like, I'm gonna get on the roof.
My mindset was all there.
The caucasity.
He's like, I'm there. You know what? Life is pain. I'm tired of living. Time to go meet Jesus.
I actually almost cracked my head open on that though. So I actually jumped off the roof, and then I like
use right, caucasity.
Almost landed on the pavement. I lived.
Wow.
But anyway, it was always the thing. I used to play this game for a long time when I was a kid, called RuneScape, and my mom and dad always threatened to take my computer away. So like even to this day, they know how much of a person I am on the internet, so they try to like threaten.
So, question, Steven, you still live at home?
Yes, but I have.
Does your girlfriend live with you and your mom and your dad?
No, she lives with her mom. Her mom is a single parent, and she lives like at this like ranch sort of thing, but there's 2 houses on it, and her grandma and her uncle lives on the other house, and she lives with her mom and her nephew.
Got it. So, wow, that's a lot to unpack. I love that for you. I don't even know how else to go about that. So what I would say is a semi-fitted jean, something with no logos on it, like shirt-wise, plain colors. My favorite color is black. That's my go-to. That's part of my uniform. And I don't know, not leather jackets.
But the leather jackets is part of Big Bang Steve. He said the ladies love his leather jackets.
I would cool down on the leather jackets.
You got to remember, he has hoes in different area codes.
Oh my gosh!
At least 3 different area codes.
I would do like a dark denim jacket, Steven. You put like a little hoodie underneath it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just
3 hoes per area code.
Trying to look like a school shooter at all. I don't know if you're aware of this, Shane, but I did recently get like a completely like haircut makeover.
Oh, okay.
Cut your hair, like you gotta
what's
cut
the haircut?
It's like long military. Military is usually very short, so it's like slightly not very short buzz.
Got it. Good for you. Do you wear hats?
Who cut your hair, by the way?
My dad did.
Who cut your hair? Oh, okay.
I'm letting you know right now.
So it's an at-home haircut.
Yeah, I'm letting you know right now. So your sides are uneven. I just didn't want to I didn't want to tell you. That's bad.
I want to bust you out at work. I will bust you out on the internet instead.
Honestly,
I was just like, bro. He's like, hey, how you like my hair? He turned his head to the side. I seen that the fucking part of the side was at a 4, the other side was at a 3, and I was like, what the fuck going on here? Oh, okay.
Is it like noticeable?
Steven, I'm pretty sure not everybody's staring at the side of your face, so you're good.
Okay.
Plus, you're pretty good at when you're talking to people, like looking into their souls. So that's pretty good.
Well,
it's it'd be creepy. You don't want to look at you at that point.
Do you, Steven, do you still have the same glasses?
No, I normally get like a new glasses like every year. Kind of like I don't know what's up with my vision, but like it's like it changes a lot. Not necessarily bad. but
Sure.
I have really strong stigmatism, and I can't.
Okay. What frames do you have?
The
Oh,
frames,
the basic bitch frames. Yes.
I like frames
Time for an upgrade.
that like are like half rimmed. Like the bottom, I like it all clear.
Half rim, Steven.
No, half frames.
My
like,
God, are you 50?
So like
You have bifocals too?
yeah,
They are pretty strong. Like whenever he takes a picture of himself and his head is turned to the side, it looks like it's magnified.
Steven, get like a full frame glasses.
You should post some examples in the chat when you get a chance.
Do you have because I know like we're all on our computers right now. Just go on Warby Parker. Their frames start at like $100.
Oh, that's nothing. I mean, I got pretty good insurance, but yeah.
Yeah, and your insurance I think covers like one pair a year with Warby Parker.
And I
Just get like a full frame.
Got it. Okay.
I wear glasses so I can input on the glasses.
But are you allowed to wear contacts? For me, I'm not allowed to wear contacts whatsoever because my eyes are so deformed.
Okay.
Damn, learn new shit.
I don't know what to answer. That's fair. So yeah, get a good pair of glasses. I haven't tried contacts because I don't like touching my eyeball. That's a weird thing to me. And I think I look cute in my glasses. So stick with the frames. Frame gang. I do.
I want
Brandon?
You're fucking gorgeous. Trust me.
Thank you.
Also, this man is a master of angles. So I mean, I
I'm
really
very
can't
photogenic.
yeah. Like I'm a beautiful ass. I say this shit all the time. I'm a beautiful ass person, bro. Inside and out.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the pictures, I be like, ugh, that's not me. Bruh, like, remember how hard it was for me to take the fucking picture when we gonna do our avatars, bro? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It
Man.
was
Like,
me.
I was talking to you.
See,
Yeah.
so what I will say is that in person, I'm like a solid 8. I'm cute, but like, I'm not like that cute. But in pictures, I'm like a 12.
Oh yeah.
I'm like a 4.
Okay, I see that.
No argument.
Nah, bro, you a 4 generally speaking, but like it's like on the white scale because like how the BMI it really shouldn't apply to everybody, but it does. But like on a white scale, you like a 6.2.
Really? That
Who?
high?
Yeah, I mean that's like almost average. Yeah, Steven, on the white scale, yeah.
And that's above average. What are you talking about? Average would be 5 because it's 1 to 10.
The average of 1 to 10 is 5.
Yeah. What do you know?
Yeah.
Like, what the fucking average is?
I would say average is like if we're gonna talk about we're gonna grade it. We're gonna grade it like you would do fucking schoolwork. 7.5, that's a C.
Nah,
that man is a
that's
C.
not an average. That's not an average though.
That man is a C, dog.
Well, if he's a C, if you're going by averages and
he's a 7.5
C,
C.
then he's a fucking like 5-ish.
He's a 7.5 C. That means he a 12 F. That nigga, that's where he at. That's where you at, Steven.
Okay.
So you not. I mean, you got the one trait that I just can't get over, and that's white people knows. But that's just what it is. Like,
you got white people averages.
Can I ask you an honest question, Brandon?
What's that?
Am I pretty white for like a white person? Like skin wise?
Well, you live in Central Valley, so you have the red undertone because sun be out and shit. So
yeah,
you're not like, oh, I can see. I can't see your fucking veins in your arms. You have a hint of color to you. Like how you season your chicken like a little ooh. What's the measurement of salt, Cajo? Like a single what?
A pinch?
Grain? Is it no like
granule?
It's what?
A granule.
Yeah, he has a granule of fucking color. That's what he has. Like not. It ain't no pinch. That's too much. That's too much. Keep that season low. That's how Steven is. You're not that bad. You could probably just, I don't know. Most of this shit is confidence anyway, right? Maybe if you didn't walk around with your shoulders slumped over.
Oh yeah, I do that, huh?
Stand up straight, motherfucker. Shoulders back, chest out.
And besides, really, the only thing that's truly, truly fucking school shooter about you is your shoes. I feel like you got a hidden compartment on the bottom of your shoes.
Well, if I wear like if I have white shoes, they're gonna get dirty at work. So like I always like got black ones.
But you seem like the type to have the same 7 pairs of New Balance shoes. Not the same 7 pairs of Vans like Shane, but the same pair of dad shoes over and over. Like, when's the last time you bought shoes? Because I'm pretty sure your shoes have been bought for you.
It's been a bit, like a couple years.
That's where I keep my extra bullets.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he click his heel up on there and that shit pop up. And a cartridge shoots up.
Yeah.
Wait, Steven, you ain't asked Shane nothing. Come on now. You want some insight into this man. Like,
what insight do you
Like-
want, Steven?
yeah.
Okay, let me.
You
ask-
wanted to know
What
things.
insight do I possibly have that you can benefit?
Remember, he been in fear of you for like 7 weeks, Shane. Like, he be like, damn, he gonna beat me up as soon as he see me.
Nah, I didn't know who it was, but
You thought I was gonna beat you up, Steven?
well, I didn't know who it was. You, I thought it was somebody else. But
He
like,
thought you was a thug.
You just gotta be glad that Steven's not a cop. This nigga be fearing for his life every fucking day. Be dead bodies littered throughout the Walmart parking lot.
I have gotten a ticket in my lifetime though.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
$500 down the drain.
Was it a speeding ticket?
No, it was a fix-it ticket that turned into a cop evasion.
Oh, a cop evasion.
Don't want to mess around with those guys.
My dad wouldn't treat me like this. I don't have to stop for you.
So I'm getting
Mm-mm.
onto the freeway. We'll get started with Shane in a minute, but let me tell this story real quick. So it's my birthday, mind you, when I was 20. I think I was turning 29, or either 29 or 28, right? Me and my girlfriend were gonna go meet up some friends. We were gonna go watch the new like Han Solo movie when it came out, right? So
Mhm.
like I was driving an older car at the time, like a Mazda 3, and then
Mhm.
I didn't realize my brake light was out. So I'm turning, and then out of nowhere, this bike cop comes at me, hiding behind a church because it was like by the train tracks. So I'm turning onto the freeway, and then I didn't notice him because he didn't have his flashers on. And this is what tripped me out. He didn't have his flashers on, and he didn't have any sirens, and he was trying to pull me over, thinking I would look back, but I wasn't looking back. I was just saying, focus on the road because normally I don't get pulled over. You would think if it was a regular cop car, you would notice the flashing lights, but I didn't, and I went like a couple miles without noticing. I was
This man drove a cop from Ripon to Manteca.
A couple of miles.
This man was just, and he was probably in the slow lane too, bro. He probably wasn't even going fast. Like,
he said,
he was like, man,
Okay, but whose fault is that? Like the cop should have lit him up or something.
no, but he like I
Just
took
shoot
it.
at his ass.
No, he was cool. Like, but he was like, "Hey, didn't you notice I was flagging you down?" I said, "No, I honestly didn't see you until you like got like right on my ass." Because like he was like super close. I thought he was gonna hit me, but he came like around me, and then I noticed him. I was like, "Oh shoot!" Because it was a small bike too, like not one of those like bigger bikes. It was like almost like a dirt bike.
he said the cop had to pull him over by pulling ahead of him and getting in front of him. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, me and Kaho would have died, right?
I
Yeah.
know. But what I'm saying is, the only thing that he wouldn't have towed my car away to, but he said only because it was my birthday, that because I had outdated registration at the time. I don't know why I didn't, but it wasn't up to date because I just bought it for my sister back when I had it. But yeah, that was like my only encounter with the cops.
This nigga got a ticket. We would be nothing but memories right now.
Bruh. Cop evasion? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, $500, and I had to go to traffic school. It's like stuff like I wasted like 4 hours because the stuff I already knew.
4 whole hours.
Or tell you it's something else.
Okay,
And
sure.
we wouldn't just be dead. Like it wouldn't even just be like they wouldn't even be just dead. It'd be like, so today they found Brandon Jinsei McNeil. He was evading the cops, so the cops busted a couple of caps in his kneecaps, put him in jail, and then he mysteriously killed himself.
And the cop said like, I'm not pulling you over for speeding. I was like, then why are you pulling me over? Like I didn't say that to him, but like why am I getting pulled over? Like because my cars normally run well.
Bruh, that shit.
I love it
That
when
shit-
people do that. I love when people do that. It's like, yeah, so she told me to shut up, and I was like, bitch, what you mean shut up? I ain't say it to her, but I was thinking it.
This man I got tears in my eyes, dog. This shit is too funny. That shit crazy. Crazy.
I ain't say all that hard shit, but I was thinking it.
And then we never made it to the movie, so I was kind of bummed out. Cause like, you know what? Like I was like, it's not safe to drive on the road because my tags are expired. I have a broken tail light. We're going back home, and then my girlfriend like cried the whole entire day after that.
You cried, or your
No,
girlfriend?
my
He
girlfriend.
said his girlfriend cried.
Okay.
He said it's not safe to drive no more. You was already at the movies almost. Like, come on, bro.
But like I called my dad and like, hey, no, you got a ticket, buddy. You going back home.
We both cried the entire night.
Cause this was like in our very beginning of our relationship, like where like she loved me like a lot, and now we this like
What?
Yeah,
Loved.
back in the fucking halcyon days.
No, we're so cool. Like our relationship is good. It's just like we're like, yeah, it's like whatever now. Like we're still in a good relationship, but it's not like
Oh, this is the same girl that you're dating now?
yeah, it's my only girlfriend I had.
Oh, okay.
And I only did it because like
What?
no, me and Tiffany got together. Like it's only because of people at work that pushed me to go that far.
What?
What?
Like, just, like that shit don't make no sense at all.
Who
Steven.
pushed you?
So
Because I'm pretty sure I remember when you got a girlfriend. So I was there.
so
Who pushed you?
So Gabe from Produce was like,
Yeah.
hey Steve, when are you gonna get a girlfriend? I was like, you know what? I would love to have one, right? But I felt like I wasn't confident. I'm much more confident than I am now than you first knew me, Shane. But like, it's like, he encouraged me to go on, OkCupid, a dating app, right? Because I knew like I couldn't get anybody from work, or like I didn't want to even date somebody from work.
Yeah, walk that shit back.
It didn't matter. Like online dating was like my last resort, and
Okay.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, and I did, and that's how I found Tiffany, and yeah.
Okay. I see.
So it was like a chain reaction kind of thing.
Oh God, damn!
One thing led to another, and it piqued my curiosity.
I just don't think you saying that the only reason why we're together is because somebody at work made us like pushed us to be. Don't. Yeah. No.
Okay, well, it put me the idea of to try online dating, which I never even like thought of doing. Even though I knew like that was out there, I wouldn't necessarily think like I would be the type of person to do that, if that makes sense.
Right. That okay. That's cool. Shane, why you keep muting yourself? Is because you laughing at this motherfucker and you don't want to hear you?
Number one, I didn't know that you can see that. Number two, I was getting more coffee and I didn't want to like make noises in the kitchen.
Okay. Steven's ridiculous ass story threw me off. But you were supposed to ask Shane something. Come on, you wanted to talk to Shane.
Okay, Shane. So
Steven.
I got a question. Are you into anime like we are?
No.
The man said that an hour and a half ago, Steven.
Really?
Oh, you might have been pooping.
Yeah, I think it was in your bathroom break. No, I don't really watch too much TV. I don't really watch anime, so
he's very specific with his shows. Like, if there's a character that reminds him of him, then he'll watch it.
Yeah, 100%. Have you guys seen Schitt's Creek? Tiger King.
I've never seen either of those.
Oh, okay. I've never seen Tiger King.
Have you seen?
But Schitt's Creek is my jam.
Have you seen The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of The Walking Dead.
It was pretty good up until like season 4 and 5, and after that, it tanked hard.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
What's your thing? You already know. Dry as fuck. Anyway, look. What's your zombie apocalypse plan? Like, what's
Mine right now.
yeah. And we talking about fast zombies too, not those little shits. If you ain't been running in a while, yeah, these motherfuckers gonna get you. So yeah, what's your plan?
So if I'm at work, I have a whole plan. Because there's like a lot of places to hide. But if it was just like a normal day, I was at home, my first thing would be if I could not get back home, because low-key my dad's like a prepper, I would want to get back home and like do whatever my dad says. If I couldn't, I would get to high ground with as much supplies as I could, and like take out the access. Like if it was like stairs, destroy the stairs. If it was like, I don't know, a mountain, try to put as much in the path as possible, so that way it's like a little bit of a challenge to get up. You just want to like kind of stay high and dry and low to the ground, ear to the ground.
So isolation and barricade.
If I couldn't get back home to California.
Okay, so that's fast. That's fast zombies. But let's talk about like some Walking Dead, like zombies just out and about, or like you whenever you had to work early in the morning. Like, what are you doing then? Like this is like easily avoidable. I actually don't even know, how do people die in Walking Dead? Are they aggressive or are they fast? I don't even know.
They can be aggressive at times, but in generally speaking, they're a little slow. But they're kind of like walking, like normal walking. Like, so they can be like a little fast, but not like overly fast. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if this is like the start of the pandemic, because like I believe in Walking Dead, I haven't watched the entire series, but I'm pretty sure that it progresses. So like they start off like rather slow, and towards the end of the series, they're kind of like a little bit witty and like a little bit. They have some pep in their step.
I've never seen the show before, but I remember hearing someone say that like the zombies aren't even the biggest antagonists in the show; it's other people.
Yeah. So I mean, me and Kaho's plan that he doesn't know about, that he's about to figure out right now, is that we're just gonna plant ourselves in like the most racist town in like Texas or something. The zombies ain't gonna fuck with us because they zombies, but inherently they're gonna be racist.
Oh yeah.
So we good to go.
Across the street, honey.
Yeah, we're gonna be good to go. So I mean, anybody who trying to live in a nice neighborhood full of racist zombies, hey, slide on through.
Racist and zombies.
So would the racist zombies not target you guys then?
Yeah. Have you never seen the Key and Peele skit?
What the fuck?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised at that, because even though you don't like or you're not really into like a bunch of shows, you do love a good laugh. So.
I do love a good laugh.
So I'm gonna have to just show you that skit. I'm gonna have to show it.
Key and Peele's where it's at home. Like it went from, in terms of like sketch comedy, is Dave Chappelle and then Key and Peele.
Have you seen that one movie called like District 9? With like the aliens that like are being treated as like people, but they like do horrible things to them, and then like this one guy helps the aliens escape.
No.
What are you talking about?
District 9.
I think I've heard of District 9. I haven't watched it.
I watched that movie. That was a pretty good movie. I didn't hear Steven's questions though, so I don't even know why we talked about it. What did you say?
You said, have you seen District 9 when they help some aliens escape or something?
Oh, okay. Correlation to zombies? How, Steven?
No idea.
Just a question. Anyway, I got one for Shane now. Moving on.
Look at me.
If you can redo your life, Shane, like whatever you know right now, say you got reincarnated to or like redo of your life, how would you would you do anything different to it? Like, or would you, like, with the memory you have, like everything you have, you just got sent back in time to redo your life, what would you do differently?
Would you become a healer again, or would you do something else?
Would you become a what? A heathen?
Healer. Don't. It's an anime reference. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, I got it.
I think, and I was able to like have all of my same like memories and like knowledge and stuff.
Yes.
I would probably make smarter decisions with my money.
Like invest in GME? Nah, the correct answer is I would be rich as fuck. You know, like you got all right. So
Bitcoin.
you're a child. You know now. You know, like all right. I'm like 6 years old. Dada, invest in Google.
Well,
I'm
he
assuming
didn't
you
say
sound
we're
like a
going
little
back in
gremlin.
time.
No,
I'm assuming it's like
he did say you're
now,
going
right?
back in
Like
time.
if I die,
No. He said you go back in time.
reincarnate.
He said you go back in time.
But you start as your child self.
So I'm back in like 1994.
Yes.
Steven? Okay.
But you are the child though. But you get your memories from your previous life, and once you get older, you kind of realize that you had your previous life memories while you're growing up.
So I have to keep living in the same time period? That sucks. Number one. Number two, I would do all of the investments that I was too scared to do now, or didn't have enough knowledge on when they were happening that I should have invested in. And definitely, I would just make smarter decisions, because like I feel like I have a good life now. I'm comfortable. I have good friends, good family, things like that. It's not like I have a whole lot of regrets or anything that I would want to change.
Hey, since I gave you the idea, if for some reason you do go back in time and like you make it big, make sure your Kaho gets a little cut. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I trust you.
Don't worry, he'll give me half, and I'll give you a little bit. Don't worry.
Okay.
He's like, now I can entice you all the way financially. Look,
Okay, Shane.
but that go. Okay, so with all that, I'm sorry to cut you off, Steven. With all that, I forget what it was that was said that made me think about it, but it went back to, why do all these upstanding citizens work at Walmart, our Walmart, right? All these people who we got people who went to college for 4 years, got a degree, but they work at Walmart,
rocket scientists,
right?
neurosurgeons, etc.
And we had a doctor for a long time that worked overnights with us, but he was a doctor. He went to school in Philippines, so I guess it doesn't really truly translate, or it's harder. It was harder for him. Yeah.
Are we talking about the same guy? Yeah.
So it's like sometimes once I always had to do with you being comfortable. Once you get to a place where you just like absolute comfort, your absolute level of comfort is there. It's like it doesn't matter where exactly you're working, as long as you're able to maintain the lifestyle that you have. So I mean, a lot of people. It's like we talked about last week. It's like a lot of people work at Walmart and have a Walmart lifestyle, and then there's people who work at Walmart, but their lifestyle was like something else, so that shit don't count. So it can't account for their lifestyle at all. That's why you see people working 2 jobs at Walmart and shit like that. But you could say like probably at our store, like a cool 75% of the people who work there, they work there to get a check that they can be comfortable with. And it's really not that bad money. I think I don't even know if it's not really out there yet, but the minimum is being raised for Walmart at like $17 an hour.
Yeah. And also there's other things that come into play too, because it's California. They have higher they're like more strict employment laws and things like that. Like the state itself takes care of their employees better than, say, Walmart, the corporation. Because you're not going to have testimonies and things like that in other states, especially in the middle of the country. And it's funny, like I say that because I'm still a part of this like Facebook group and these people, and I'm like, what are you guys? Where are you from? Oh, Arkansas. Got it.
That's why whenever you go into your store, I always tell you, hey, bro, I need you to like record, because I want to see what it looks like on that side.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I think you're in a good situation that you just so happen to be at a California store.
Dead air. Steven.
Okay.
Steven.
What is your obtainable life goal? Not saying like, becoming like a millionaire, like even though you possibly could, but like achievable from what you have gained by knowledge. Like, where do you see yourself? Like, I'm not saying like 5 years, but like obtainable end game.
Realistically.
What do I want?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it circles back to just comfort. Like, I would love to buy a house and have what is it, like, financial freedom, like, and not that I'm like crazy in debt right now, but like, I could pay off a credit card. I would just like to like not have to pay off a credit card, not have to pay bills, like be comfortable in my house, not have to pay somebody else rent.
For me, I'm not even allowed to use my credit card.
Well, Stephen, you're a different. That's a whole different story.
But
It's a different episode.
I do have 800 credit.
Okay, get it. That's a humble brag you got there.
800. That wasn't no humble brag. That was a straight up brag. I got my credit score is 800. It's technically my dad got me that, but still.
When I was living with my sister, my credit really got up because I was paying a mortgage when I lived with her. But anyways,
Grandma, what was it like?
are you into cars, Shane, at all?
What do you mean?
Like,
I mean, I like cars.
if you can have like a car, like what is your favorite, like your dream car? Like now, this can be a little bit outside your obtainable goal. What kind of car would you ultimately want to have? Like, if you can have one car and like say, you know what, Shane, let me go buy it for you. Like, if I were to buy you like any kind of car that you want, what would it be?
I think I would do I don't know. Cuz like one side of me is like I really like luxury cars, and like I would like everybody would love to have like some kind of like expensive fast car, right? All the technology, all the latest and greatest. But like at the same time, like I would love to have like an 80s, early 90s like pickup truck, but with like all modern, like a new engine, new like upholstery, everything's like done up on the inside. Like,
So, like,
I think that's my goal. Yeah, like right now I'm like talking with my dad. I'm trying to get like a 1992 pickup truck.
Pickup truck.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, also like I live in Seattle and there's snow here, and I just literally cannot handle the snow. So I feel like if I had a truck, it would be easier.
Yeah, heavier vehicles handle snow much better.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with the ability to be able to like pack up and go because he likes to run away from his relationship
No,
issues.
I hate to move. I hate moving. But also, not gonna lie, in the back of my mind, if I had a truck, it would attract. I feel like it would attract straight acting men. I feel.
Cowboy baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you want to elaborate on your actual type, like the straight man?
So, okay. I how do I say this? I feel like I'm not, and maybe you can. I'm not like super outwardly like flamboyant or like super gay. And like there's nothing wrong with that, but just me myself, I can't like envision a relationship with someone who is like has gayer tendencies than I have. And it sounds so weird to say, but like I really like the appeal of like a really like straight acting or like hetero acting man, like a man's man, If I wanted somebody who was like, yeah, if I wanted somebody who was like more feminine or like whatever, then I would just like straight up date a girl. But like I want just like a typical like man. And it sounds terrible to say. I hate myself for saying that. But yeah, I mean like, whatever. People are attracted to what they're attracted to, and I like the like I want to be with someone who like you can't tell is gay. Like if we're walking down the street, they're gonna be like, "Oh, look at that little gay guy and his little friend." But, like,
look at those best friends right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like look at that guy and his gay best friend or whatever. Like I would, and not even that I don't know. Probably you can probably tell that I'm gay if I'm walking around, but
Twitching them hips.
I feel
If you watch with so much attitude, it's crazy, bro. It's like
I feel like there's a difference between like commanding presence and.
Does he do the shoulder thing too? Like he's trying to throw his shoulders forward when he wants?
yes.
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
talk about the
Oh my
shoulders.
goodness.
When you turn shoulders first, motherfucker. What are you talking about? And you know you do. Look at you. You just thought about it. You was like, wait a second. Look at you. Well, yeah, exactly. That right there. When you do that and you turn, shoulders first. Shoulders first.
Hair flip.
But so
I love
do
a
you
good
think
hair
it's
flip.
more common, or actually I would say I feel like it's more common for you or for a gay man such as yourself to look at a straight man and be like, I'm gonna get him to fuck the shit out of me. But for a man to come to a gay woman and be like, I'm gonna turn her. I don't feel like that's all that common. In comparison.
And you know what? I can't comment. Like I don't know how that dynamic works.
He's not a lesbian. Yeah, you're asking the wrong person.
I can say that I've definitely hooked up with straight men, whether they're not straight at all or that they're, whatever. They were definitely like had a girlfriend or at one point in their lives had a girlfriend and, whatever. Typically straight. Like I have done that and I can say that. But like I don't know how the men going after like the lesbian or I can't comment on that.
I'm not asking him a question. I was actually just saying, I was like, I feel like, and it might just because I'm exposed to you more often than I don't think I have many. I have like 4 lesbian friends, but it's never been these lesbian. They've never been like, oh, this straight man keeps trying to talk to me. Like it's never been that. It's always been. Okay, so it's like been for them. It's like you see that girl, even though she's straight, I bet you I can get her, like that. It's like it's never been a like you. Same thing with you. I feel like it's more common for a man though, a gay man to do it to straight men, and it might just be because most men are really like out there sexually, like they just like. I mean, because I don't even. Let's not say that the goal is for you to. Just to have sex with them, but you be like, I bet I can get a relationship. You're not saying I bet I can get a relationship out of him, but I can hold his hand. I bet he'll take me out on a date. That's not what you're saying. So it's like, I just feel like it's like one of those things. It's like it's more common on the men's side than it would be upon the women's side.
I think I would agree because at least in my specific experience, not to toot my own horn, but
you tooting. Go ahead, toot that ass. Go ahead. Anyway, go ahead.
But I mean, like, I've definitely what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I feel like that's true in my case.
Oh, you said I just did it this morning. Is that what you said, Kyle?
No, you stupid ass. No, you said toot that ass. I'm like, isn't that just farting?
No, it's not actually.
Toot that.
Well, okay. So like when you toot your ass, I guess like if you're gonna fart, some people they raise their ass up. You know what I mean? So it's just used as a way to like twerk or something. I guess.
I've only ever heard the word toot used in 2 different contexts. One is like a train, and then a second is a fart.
Nah. Well, you ain't ever heard that song before?
No. Clearly.
And
if they were saying toot that ass, they might have a fart fetish.
I think that's fucking Waka Flocka, if I'm not mistaken.
Waka Flocka. Right. Waka flatulence.
I don't know anything.
Don't you remember the song Tooted and Booted?
Nope.
Mhm.
Never hated.
Anyway, yeah. Bunch of stupid shit pop up. Now I'm gonna have all these dumbass recommenders on YouTube because I put a toot that ass up. Here we go. Damn, it's already been. Time flies when you're having fun with your friends.
2
Tell you,
hours
dog.
and 15 minutes.
Damn, really?
I got
Yeah,
some more
'cause-
questions though for Shane.
Hurry up, he getting sleepy. He drinking more
Oh,
coffee.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
What is your favorite like summer activity? Not talking about like walks. That's more of your hobby, but like you like going to like a lake? Do you like going to like what do you do in a summer
During the
activity?
summer. So I live in a beach town. So I go down to the beach almost every day.
Wait,
And there's
Seattle?
like little yeah. Well, okay, so I don't live in Seattle proper. I live in like a neighborhood. So from where I live, if you're looking at a map, it's called West Seattle, and there's water in between where I live and downtown Seattle, which is like what people think of when they think of Washington. So where I live is called Alki Beach, and there's like shops and restaurants and a really nice beach, and that's pretty much where I spend almost every day during the summer.
Okay, because I thought Seattle was kind of landlocked. I didn't realize it was connected to the ocean like that.
No, Seattle is a port city, so we have it's water all pretty much all around
I think I'm the
on
only.
on the western coast. I'm sorry, western coast.
Got it. I think I'm the only one out of us three, besides you, Shane, that actually been to Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean Seattle's beautiful. If you ever get a chance, you have to come during the summertime because
That's when I'm going out there.
summer in Seattle is a different game.
Yeah, because when I went, it was like winter time. It rained the
Yeah,
entire time.
yeah, and that's pretty typical. But yes, the summers are what really was like, oh, maybe I can move out there. Maybe I can live out there.
I actually almost moved to Washington, not Washington, Seattle in 2014.
What stopped you?
The not wanting committing to my job because so before Walmart I was actually in a warehouse position where I used to like ship like a lot of sporting goods, but they kept on growing and growing, and then they decided to move out of state for taxes to get around the heavy tax income that a lot of businesses have. So they moved up state, and they were like, Steven, you're really good at what you do. You're you know your job, and like we want you to come to Seattle, and we like like we helped them move and we packed up all their stuff for them, and then I was like, you know what, it's cool and all, but I'm more of a Californian person, so ultimately I got laid off, and that's how I ended up at Walmart.
Okay, well, happy accidents, I guess. I think given the chance, everybody will love Seattle. I think it's great. 10 out of 10, recommend.
I mean, when I was there, it was like a lot, like it was pretty greeny, like a lot of trees.
There's a lot of trees. I believe it's the evergreen state or something like that. Definitely a lot of trees. But I mean, like, it's beautiful.
Trees, a lot of trees.
Yeah.
What a tree.
I didn't notice people were different up there too.
They're different. What do you mean?
Are they nicer up there actually, or no?
That's code. That's code for gay.
No, not
They're definitely a little gayer. No, well, I mean, like there's like the Seattle freeze that like you hear about, and I think that stems from like people, me included, move up here on impulse, and it's like, okay, well, we don't know how long you're gonna stay, so why invest my time? Also, it's raining, so I'm not gonna stop and talk to you. But I mean, like, once you break the seal, it's like people are really nice and smart and stuff. I think that um, there's a different level of awareness living out here versus like back home.
Is it like more awareness or less awareness?
It's pretty. It's a progressive area. And I mean, like, if we circle back to like the height of like Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that, we were one of the major cities that was like having protests, and it's that kind of area where people care. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there's like Trump Nation in like the surrounding areas, because Seattle is really just on the coast. Like, it's a land state for sure. There's a lot more land than there is people that live here. But the people that do live in the land areas are a little bit more
That's
conservative.
definitely where Steven would be.
Yes, yeah.
Out in the fucking cut. The MAGA hat and shit.
Oh, Steven, you better not have a MAGA hat. I really will beat your ass.
Wait, a hat? No, I don't. I don't even wear hats.
Okay, good.
Got rid of that shit because I made him.
I don't know what it is. I just never were like attracted to wearing a hat.
I love a good hat.
Yes, he does. Tell him a story about how your hat go.
What hat?
No? Your hat.
So I had just bought this new hat. So mad. And I went over to this guy's house to to hang out. And when I was leaving, I forgot my hat. And when I asked for it back, he like refused to give it back. And then I saw that he posted a picture wearing my hat like a week later, and I was like, "You little bitch."
I just got this fly ass hat.
Never
Check
saw
it
him
out.
again, or what?
No, I haven't talked to him. I'm like, whatever. I could just buy another hat, and I did.
You should have beat his ass on fucking principle.
I should have.
Okay. Did you already go over the questions that you prepped for us, Shane? Or I know you have notes somewhere. Or did we?
Oh,
Already
I didn't have any questions.
You said
I didn't
notes.
know
You
that I had to prepare questions.
want to be ready. So you didn't get overwhelmed by personality.
No, he's talking about the. Remember when you said you had notes and you wanted to bring up some things about the podcast, whatnot? He wants you to do it on the air. He doesn't want you to do it on the side.
Oh, okay. So, question for you, Steven, because you seem to be the one that's editing everything. Why is there so many like silent breaks?
particularly the reason is because I'm kind of lazy in editing a 2-hour video, and
Well, you need to get it together, Steven.
I know, and just editing for that long, it's kind of much. But
I mean, I feel like the conversation is pretty fluid. That all you have to do really is just cut out the bits where no one's talking.
Yeah, it doesn't actually take that long to do it. It's just he already
So that
said
was
he's lazy.
yeah. Number one. Number two, and this goes for all of you. Why is your presence not more widespread? Why are you only on YouTube? You should be like on Apple Podcasts or like Spotify or something. Or at least have an Instagram that like links you to the YouTube page to like listen.
Primarily because that was something that Steven was supposed to take care of and he never did.
Strike two.
The agreement that we had when we first started this podcast is that I would bring the personality and the intelligence, Jinsei would bring the sex appeal, and Steven would handle all the technical shit.
So what's happening, Steven? What's your rebuttal for that?
well, first of all, I'm waiting until we go into like video, so eventually we're gonna be having like full on webcams. So I'm waiting that to happen, and then I don't know, editing a 3-hour podcast is kind of more difficult. I just gotta like actually like just bunker down and do it.
You jump from 2 hour to 3 hour.
I think Shane's
Okay,
argument to me on the side was like, if you cut out all the silence, it wouldn't even be 2 hours long. It'd be
Yeah, I
like
mean, if you cut
he was
out the
over exaggerating. He
silence.
said it was 45 minutes of fucking silence.
No,
I'd
listen,
smack you.
I swear. I was listening to it because let me tell you, I listen to podcasts. I'm heavy into like YouTube, and I really appreciate good content. And I was listening to, what episode was I listening to? Like 2 episodes ago. And I was like, dude, what is going on? Literally in the first 9 minutes, there was like at least a minute and a half of silence. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So I was texting Brandon the whole time. It took me 4.5 hours to listen to the 2 hour and 45 or 3 hour podcast because I was like, I can't do this. The silence is killing me. I have to stop. I have to pause. I have to go do something else because it wasn't constant. It was losing. I was like in and out with my attention span.
All right.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that the only person who is technically like even close to being a consummate entertainer is me. Jinsei, okay, some of the foundation of the podcast here. When Jinsei introduced this idea to me, he said, I want to talk better. I want to be a better speaker. I want to be less apprehensive when it comes to speaking. So that's why I give Jinsei a pass, is he's still working on this shit. Whereas Steven would tout, and I don't mean to keep picking on Steven. I kind of mean to keep picking on Steven, but I don't mean to keep picking on Steven. Steven would tout, oh, I've been on YouTube for 600 years. Nobody's as good as me. I'll do all the editing and the sound and the timestamps and.
Okay. I'll be honest.
And that's the breath that the podcast was born out of. The reason why I take breaks is because motherfuckers keep telling me that I'm the only person talking, so I'm trying to give these motherfuckers, a little point to jump in edgewise. It's like in the middle of a conversation, in the middle of a fucking topic, if we're talking about something and I stop talking, that typically means that my co-hosts are supposed to engage with the topic.
Sure. Right.
But it feels awkward if I just keep saying, you motherfuckers want to say something?
So let me add on to that because like I said, I love consuming media. And I think that you have a really good idea and like format for like a free form conversation, basically is what you're promoting. And like I listen, like, so for example, like I listen to Whitney Cummings podcast, and it's like she could have like a 3.5, 4 hour podcast of just her talking to a guest, but because it's a constant conversation, it doesn't feel like that. And I think because I'm a listener of your podcast, right? Because my friend is a part of it. But like I think that you're on your 20th episode, there should be a little bit more production that goes into play, and not just like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. It's like, no, we're 20 episodes deep. This would be like the end of season 1 if it was like a TV show,
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask our technical guy what the holdup is, because I would like to know too.
Yeah, so technical guy Steven, I think you don't need to worry so much on, like, I think so you have, because you record once a week, right?
Right.
And you upload once a week, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so I think what you should do is to not overwhelm yourself. Edit 2 times minimum, 3 times minimum. Like your first round of editing should be to cut out all of the silence, and then take a break, let your mind rest, drink some water, go on a walk, come back around, and then you can start editing out like lulls in conversation, or like things that are less entertaining, or things that are not like super pertinent, things that are kind of like a tangent that like kind of go on and on that you don't really need. And then you can do like either a final round of editing or just kind of like leave it at that if you get rid of all the silence and the lack of conversation, or the minimal conversation. And then Mr. Sexy over here, maybe if you I don't know, had some more input, if you want to be a better speaker.
It's not my role.
Listen, if you want to be a better speaker, and that's something that it was a concern for you in the beginning, I don't know, get like a word of the day calendar, and like
Listen, I ain't even gonna
have a
front.
segment or something.
I feel like Kaho just made that up so he didn't have to yell at me in the moment.
Nah,
We're deflecting
I don't
blame.
remember.
like
I
that.
don't remember having that conversation.
Your exact words were, "This is going to be like therapy for me."
Yeah, but you don't know what I'm therapizing. What's the therapy for? Like you don't know. Man, this is like
Your words.
what,
I'm using your words against you. Don't fucking try to
no.
come. What?
No. The therapy isn't for fucking me speaking. I do that enough all throughout the day. Most of the time when it's just
which
me and you, I don't even
surprises
feel like
me of why you're silent, because you're actually a really good speaker and you have input on a lot of things. But
that's
you
what I'm
don't come across
saying.
that way in the podcast, and I don't know why.
Because that's not my role. I'm just here to make sure these two niggas don't fight. Number one. And number two,
You hear or not? I don't.
I mean, I just want to make sure that you don't break them. Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I've been broken before. It's okay.
Out myself.
Right. You do not have that control when it comes to Once you see that he starts to snap a little bit, you're like, oh hell no, I'm gonna bend this all the way then. Anyway. But yeah, it's just that
Terrible.
okay, fine. If I if I need to, I can, but I'm still in my mode of that is not what I'm here for.
So what
hurts.
What are you here for? Because I feel like you're an equal personality, and I feel like you don't come across. And this is me as a consumer of the media that you're promoting, right?
Right.
Like I feel like it's not Kaho does aggressively overtake the conversation, but I feel like it's in a decent way because it's keeping things moving. Steven. I can't even touch that, but I feel like you're not giving enough input, and you definitely not only could you, but like you definitely have it in you to be more of a figure and not just like a hey, by the way, blah blah blah, 2 cents and then disappear.
Here you go.
Do you know what I'm
over
saying?
here? Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Sound like some shit I done said to you before.
Well, I'm not a social media influencer, but like I said, I appreciate good content, and I think that the freeform conversation platform is big enough that you could essentially break through and like have a decent following. But I'm looking at the analytics part of it. I'm looking at your views. I'm looking at your comments, your interactions. Like it doesn't feel like we're 20 episodes in. It feels like we're on episode 1 still.
I mean, legitimately, to be fair, I feel like you're selling short on the whole 20 episodes thing. I really don't feel like 20 episodes is a lot, considering some of the most popular ones are like in 1,000. And if you go back to their first 20 episodes, their first 100 episodes, you can see that it's just a constantly just changing product at all times. So I mean, sure, it might not be.
I feel like there's enough examples out there that you don't have to figure out what works, because
There's not enough examples for the specific topic that we're supposed to be speaking about, because we've kind of changed it up.
Yeah, we don't really have a concrete. Okay, this is the part where I'll actually agree with Jinsei on. Like halfway with Jinsei, halfway with Shane. The fact that and it is usually like I think it's the 100, they call it 100 dates of podcasts or something like that, some stupid shit. Your first 100 episodes are supposed to determine if or not your podcast is going to actually gain any popularity, but that only applies to people who have low production value and no advertising, which we kind of have. Whereas
you have advertising.
No. I'm saying we have low advertising and no advertising.
No advertising, low production.
Yeah. And that is going to change. So, the hardest thing about getting this thing off of the road and onto the rails is the fact that I never know what these two motherfuckers are doing. I never know what they're doing. It really is the hardest part about this. Whereas a buddy of mine, he's not only a streamer but a podcaster as well, he has the co-host that he works with. They're in constant, like, always talking to each other when it comes to like what they're going to do next week. And I'm kind of against that because I don't like scripting shit. I like it to be freeform and flowing and like natural, and organic and shit. But that's just for the conversation part. When it comes to the production, it's a whole different story. And like, I feel like I can't push Steven too much when it comes to production because despite all of his bragging, it just doesn't seem like he knows what the fuck he's doing. In fact, I'm pretty sure somebody else does his editing for his anime channel. So like, and then like once I got to that point, once I figured that out, once I learned that, if I'm correct, it's just like, okay, now where the fuck do we go? It just feels like the only way to bring that value up is to do it myself. And I don't really want to do that. Like, I think I'm contributing enough to this, and maybe at some point I will actually take that on. But like right now, like we were talking about this earlier. Me and Jinsei were talking about, I told you, like, Steven wants to impress me and he wants to please you, but he's doing a terrible job at it. Sorry, not sorry.
But you daddy senpai when it comes to this shit. I just don't put it on me like that. Like, you daddy senpai. Like, he thinking about you when he wake up. Like, he thinking about you when he go to sleep.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying he do. He talk about you at work all the time. That's what he do.
Even if that is the case, I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything. Even if that is the case,
you just hate hearing it.
I really do. But more importantly, it doesn't show. Like, talk big, but where's the walk though?
All right. To be fair, Shane kind of gave me a little bit of an idea. From here on out is just to cut the loose parts out of the audio, and that's what I'm going to start with.
I've heard this before.
I think you guys are on the right track. I think the context and the platform it works. Start off small. Yeah, cut out all the silent parts. Like, make it seem like it's one conversation and not like what do we talk about now? Or I'm waiting for someone to comment. Like, don't give the listeners that much.
I think another big thing that needs to happen is, like you were saying, the additional platforms, the putting. I mean, that's kind of advertising, but at the same time, it's not. But like that could function as a form of soft advertising, is putting podcasts on more platforms.
Or at least what you need to do is expand your social media like footprint. Like, have an Instagram for the podcast and like whatever your main topic is, because obviously you jump around, it's a free form conversation, but you have a main topic that you talk about for an extended period of time, and put a quote from that topic of whoever said what and post it, overlay that text onto your channel art or whatever your thing is. It doesn't have to be anything big, and especially because it's not a video yet, it's not recorded video. You don't have to like have any pictures or anything, but I think if you expand your your footprint, you expand your reach, then like it really could be something. Because like I said, like I listen to like a 4-hour podcast weekly, but it doesn't feel like a 4-hour because it's no silence, and I get reminders from Instagram like, hey, upload a new episode. And you're right. The 1,000 episode podcast, like layout and form and things like that. Like, that's all true and that's all fair. But like, you want to, if this is something serious that you're serious about, I would slowly start expanding.
We do switch over to video.
Coming from a consumer.
We're gonna fucking destroy Steven's computer when we do switch over. Like, his shit be crashing and we're just recording audio. Well, imagine video.
I mean, to be fair, when we do switch over to video, I'm pretty sure the views are going to be in the thousands. Because I mean, have you seen me lately?
Like if your video presence is anything like your audio presence is, you're gonna like pop on the camera and say like yeah, and then lean away from it.
And that's all I'm gonna need too. I'm like, damn, see that nigga said that shit? God damn, I ain't never heard nobody say yeah like that.
Yeah, his
Put that shit on a t-shirt.
lips was glistening, his head was shining.
This man Kyle said I got luscious lips. Do I got luscious lips, Shane?
Dude,
Yeah,
don't lie to
Yeah, I would say they're a little luscious.
Ugh, why your mouth get wet when you said that, Shane? Stop it. Shane, stop it. Stop
Like,
it.
he's telling you the truth. He's just telling you the truth.
He said yes. They a little luscious.
Yeah. I mean this is the lie slinking off and only the truth coming out.
You know what, Shane?
Hmm.
That's pretty amazing that you actually listened to the entire podcast.
He do it for me.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Steven. It's not an easy task, but I do it,
No,
and you're welcome.
I get it that Brandon is your friend, but that's quite a task.
It is quite a task.
I do feel like I'm gonna have to be the one to do the social media thing because fuck all that letting Steven do the social media thing and Jinsei ain't gonna do it. So I think I'm gonna have to take control of the social media shit.
It's relatively easy, even if you get like 3 or 4 like stock images that you post on rotation. Like, and then Brandon, I'll send you a couple like podcast themed like Instagrams, so that way you can get like an idea. But like it's really easy, and it's gonna take an extra 2-3 minutes out of your day per week. Like it's not even that. And then that way, if you make it a public, well, I mean, like obviously it's going to be a public profile because it's the podcast page, but you cross post. You post it on your own personal socials. You post it on Twitter, things like that, and it like slowly gets you out there.
The least congruent part of this all is the fact that like if I'm handling the social media and then Steven's doing the uploading and shit, like I don't know how to like to unless the only way that I can see of doing this is like, okay, Steven, tell me when it's uploaded, and then I'll do all the stuff on the social media. But what if he's at work when the shit uploads, and then he gets off and he's like, hey, it's uploaded, and I'm at work, and then it's just like it feels like a mess.
So okay, that's a good point. Do you and Brandon not like pre-listen before it's uploaded? Are you guys just like blind trust and just like, all right, do whatever, upload?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, well, if you can, which I think it would be good, would be like a pre-listen, so that way you want to have equal input in the conversation, but you also want to have equal input in the final product, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna edit all of this, Steven, and then I'll send it to you, and you can listen to it and then tell me what you think, or speed through it. Because I'm sure there's like, I know that there's ways when you're editing videos and things like that you can like watch and listen at like a higher speed, so that way you don't have to listen to the full 3-hour podcast for 3 hours. You can cut it down, and that way you can get like chunks of information,
right?
And that way you can at least have some kind of content to post either simultaneously or within. What time do you upload, Steven? What's your window?
I normally upload whenever in the morning normally, because like my work schedule is 1 to 10 p.m. in our time, so I generally upload either, or I leave my computer on after we upload. Like say it's like almost 1 o'clock now, I'll shoot the upload now because it's a big file, and it's even bigger now because we just fixed the audio, and now it's gonna be like maybe like 8, maybe even 5 hours from now it'll be uploaded. But that's with me not editing.
So you film and record on Thursdays and you upload on Fridays?
Yes.
Is that what I'm... Okay, so question. Do you ever look at your analytics on YouTube? Do you know when is your most listened to hour? Do you know if people even listen on Fridays, or if it's like if they listen Monday or Tuesday, because for a lot of people, and this just could be the way, because yes, you're a podcast, but you're also because you're not anywhere else, you're basically YouTubers, and YouTube algorithms die down Fridays and Saturdays because people are not sitting at home, right? Like typically like COVID aside, people are going out Fridays and Saturdays, so they're not going to be sitting at home listening or watching things on YouTube. A lot of content creators, they have more traffic Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So I think what I would suggest is you take a second, look at your YouTube analytics, because it's all there for you, and see when your channel's highest performance hours are, and even it goes down to even like the hour. So like if you upload, I don't know, you said 10 o'clock or whatever, 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, maybe people are not clicking right away at 10 o'clock and they're clicking at 6 in the evening or whatever, it'll tell you that information is available to you to really optimize your viewing and your listening.
Because I noticed like our older videos are starting to gain more traction even now, even though the podcast has been around for a while. Like I noticed like the older videos are starting to do better and performing.
Yeah.
The question
and that's
is
true, because older videos do better after time, but you want to make sure that your initial contact with the consumer is at the optimal time.
Can you be trusted to actually do this, though, is my question. Or should I just take it over right now? Steven.
I know I can handle like the whole like editing.
It's a yes or no question. Post-production is your thing as it stands.
Yes, I would be.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I just need to actually do it. I know I'm capable because
I'm not asking if you're capable. I said, can you be trusted to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, take some time, Stephen. You doesn't have to be all of this information changing at one time, but I think when you have a second, when you have free time, just take a look at the information that's given to you from YouTube. Look at your analytics. Look at what is going on. Just from a business standpoint, like I don't know. I feel like I'm more business minded and business savvy. Those are the things that kind of excite me when I look at things, and I think it'll help.
I don't know. Why are you excited for?
I mean, like I like numbers. I like the business side of things.
Analytics.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get you guys views.
Shane be out here like, I'm wet. Numbers wet.
That's a Badusi.
Another Badusi. Oh no.
Honestly, Shane, I don't know how I made it to 1,500 videos on my other channel.
Beats me. I didn't even know you had another channel.
He's been grinding at this for like 16 years, man.
16 years. Well, also, if you've really been for 16 years, like you kind of got on YouTube at the prime.
It's more like
time.
5. I was being hyperbolic.
I
mean, now.
I mean, that's like I said, take it for what it is. You don't even have to listen to anything that I'm saying, because I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't have my own numbers to look at, but just based off of.
In fact, I think we all need to hear this, primarily because I think we have been getting complacent, even myself, even though I'm doing everything that I advertised I would do. We all been getting a little bit complacent when it comes to this. So this is a good reminder, especially for my co-hosts, to step their motherfucking games up just a little bit, a lot of it. But any more of this like production talk we can do another time. It doesn't necessarily need to be recorded now that I'm thinking about it. And this has been going on for quite a while, so I think it's time to wrap this episode up, unless anybody else has like questions or something else that they want to put out there. I'm gonna take that as a no. Shane, Sugar Bear Shane. That's gonna be your name here. It's gonna be engraved into the Night Sky podcast lore. Hope you appreciate it. I really do appreciate you coming on. You're fun to talk to, fun stories, and the advice at the end. It's gonna push things forward a little bit, even if I have to be aggressive about it. But yeah, I hope you come back on another time. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, I would love to. I had fun tonight. Great job, guys.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So episode 20. This is the end forever, at least until next week. No anime yet again. Honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind being without anime talk. It's kind of fucking dorky. But at the same time, we're all kind of dorks here, so whatever. If you like what you've heard, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell. Standard fare, YouTube shit, blah, blah, blah. All of our Instagram. I don't have no fucking Instagram. Twitter and shit will be down in the description. Make sure you check out Steve's Anime Alley review channel. He reviews anime and shit like that. He just put up a new video. I actually thought it was not bad for
No
once.
way.
Yeah. But yeah, check that shit out. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to us. You got an Instagram or something that you want to plug, Shane?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Shane Armando.
Fake ass.
Yep. Follow
Ooh.
Shane. Give him a follow. He seems to be a pretty cool guy. He's got a nice orange cap in this little picture that I'm seeing here. The only thing that we're missing is our tradition there, which Jinsei has to come out of the shadows in order to perform for. Jinsei?
No, why don't we make Shane do it? Because I think it'd be
Oh
pretty
yeah,
fun.
that's a good idea. Hold on. Before we do that, actually, next week we're gonna have Abby on, who we talked about her a couple times. She's the friend that I've known the longest of all of my friends. Artist, goth girl. So fucking Steven's gonna be over there in the corner salivating while she's on here. She's a little shy when it comes to the microphone, but I got her to agree to come on and talk. She might be doing our logo for us. She's an art designer, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
I want Abby to draw me like a French furry woman.
She definitely will for the right price. But yeah. Shane, you watched our episodes. You know how we do the ending, yeah?
No.
Stop it.
I never got to the end.
You go.
Wow.
So listen. I have a Nigerian friend, right? His name is Ayotunde Skitty Bobo Kajapai, right?
Okay.
So anyway, he was greeted one day by a fellow Nigerian at school by somebody going, Ayotunde Skitty Bobo.
I'm not doing that.
Come on.
That's a negative, Johnson.
Just do it. Hey,
I'm
what if
quite good.
Peer pressure.
You don't
peer
know.
pressure.
You need a Nigerian in your life. They got baby arm.
I do.
They got baby arm.
You know what? If you do it, I promise that I'll hook you up with one.
Listen, I'll do it the next time I visit.
All right, fair enough. At least we get that. It does mean that Jinsei is still on the hook for this shit.
Ayotunde Skitty Bobo.